A good Friday to you. Welcome to the Press Box Party. I'm Antoine. This is Stream 35 Radio's 6th episode of the Press Box Party. Thanks for joining us. Glad you are here. Update for our listeners that haven't tuned in a while. You got two ways to listen to us now. You can, of course, listen audio only on mixlr.com/stream35radio live. Also, archives of the show will show up there as soon as we're done broadcasting. And now you can also catch us on YouTube. YouTube channel Stream35 No Space. And if you watch that way or listen that way, you can actually watch too, because you'll get an inside look of the studio. And also when we share those videos, you can see what we're talking about there. So two ways to listen to the show. Join us. Two ways to contact us. Well, actually three. There's a chat room on both MixLR and YouTube. And then if you've got enough confidence, you can even give us a call at 917-477-7737. And if you're watching on YouTube, that number's at the bottom of the screen, 917-477-7737. Phone lines are open. If you are on YouTube watching, you can see I've got an in-studio guest. This guy comes in usually on Fridays. We got our man. He's a sculptor. His name is Chris Chappell. Let's get you hot there.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I know, here we are.
And if you're on YouTube too, you can see underneath Chris there his Instagram handle at Chris Blake Chappell, where you can catch up on some of his latest work. What is the latest thing you're working on right now?
Oh gosh, the latest thing I'm doing right now is
the latest and greatest.
a lot of digital painting.
Digital painting.
Yeah, I got the a couple of weeks ago I got this bug to start making stencils, and because I have a background in cartooning, and I like the New Yorker one frame kind of cartoons, and stencil street art kind of is like a more public version and more edited version of that, and so I just kind of been trying to look around and find old cartoons that I've done that I can turn into something else. And so it's it's actually been an interesting 2 weeks. I feel like I've just had a new thing every day, and so now I've got about 16 new images that are just no one's really seen them yet, but they're a complete departure from the sculpture. Yeah.
And these big, huge pieces you're working on, that's the tile stuff, right?
The big stuff, yeah. I create floating mosaics, which is like a traditional mosaic, except about maybe a third of the pieces are randomly selected to pop out on wooden struts. So it looks like the mosaic is exploding and kind of breaking apart on the wall as you're looking at it. And so this looks great. The shadows move across, as the sun goes down, the shadows fall across the sculpture in different ways. And we've been shooting some time lapses so that when you look at it and the sun moves, it's got that great sundial effect. So it can, and and they're huge and they're big, and I love making big, expensive sculptures because.
So if people want to check out any of that work,
yes.
Artist Chris Chappell here, go to Chris Blake Chappell on Instagram. Look that up.
Yeah.
And follow him.
And and one last thing. Tomorrow we have the photo shoot for shooting everything I made in 2018. So if you come back in about 2 weeks, you will see all new material. So get your fill of it now. 2 weeks later, it's going to be a whole new ballgame.
Great. Good stuff. He-Man is my favorite cartoon, writes El Guapo.
Yeah.
There was some decent art in He-Man for the 80s.
There was.
Some of the characters were pretty
I had Castle
trippy.
Grayskull too. So.
Oh yeah, I had all that stuff.
Also, those action
I wasn't
figures.
big on a lot of animation, but that's one that really took me as a kid.
If they had
the characters,
the buy-in
yeah.
kind of thing. It was like Star Wars. It's like they've got you by the balls, so why don't we sell you a few things? And so, but those little action figures had rubber heads, and you could you could chew on them.
Yeah.
And so it was fun.
Well, yeah, He-Man had rubber heads and the body was plastic.
Yeah, but it was strange that the head was rubber
It
because
is.
everybody else's head was plastic.
Yeah.
G.I.
Joe was plastic. The Star Wars guys were plastic.
But
Sorry, we're talking 80s here
G.I. Joe,
for our younger listeners.
Yeah, of which I'm sure there are legion. But here's what I would say, though. The G.I. Joe had the great effect of being made.
I didn't like those, by the way.
Well, they had
I thought they were too small.
Internal rubber bands that allowed you to kind of give your G.I. Joe a draw and quartered effect. So if you wanted to pull one apart, they really looked like, the body was just, oh my God, it's like a human body just giving its all, and then all of a sudden, snap. So, yeah, it's very, very, very fun. If anybody has any stories about destroying action figures as children, please call in.
That was a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
I think now they probably make them less
now
destructive because the parts can kill kids, right?
Oh, no, you can't put a gun in their hands because
you really can't have weapons?
No, I don't know. I mean,
no.
I remember.
I would hope not.
I remember when they passed the law that put the orange plug in the end of fake guns.
Yeah.
Remember? And then you
had to make that very clear.
Yeah.
Because people were trying to use those guns to rob, but all you had to do was pop that thing off, and you could still.
Oh yeah.
We showed an awesome video yesterday in Colorado. The guy tried to rob a vape store.
I love that video.
You saw that one?
Son of a bitch just fumbles it,
and his plastic gun.
He didn't know whether or not he's supposed to leave or not. He's like,
well, why would you go try to retrieve a fake gun?
Well, the fucking idiot leaves his fingerprints all over everything. I mean, it's just
all
looking
around.
At him. He
it is just
palms the glass, display case a couple of times.
Yeah.
Looks up into the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, he just, of course, and then leaves the weapon. So, like, white boy. Dumbass white boy. Robbing a vape store. But vaping, those people pay digitally 100%. They don't freaking pay cash for a vape. It's the whole point. The whole damn thing has a USB on it. So do you think your particular customer is going to be cash heavy?
No.
No, they're going to be Venmoing that nonsense. And then they're going to show up with a gun looking for a big sack of loot. And it's going to be like, yeah, what do you want, a Bitcoin transfer? Or,
hey, you might get a free jewel out of it.
You could get a free jewel.
While they're still legal. The jewels are, I know. They're going to make them illegal. What's your take on that?
Is that a cigarette thing or a weed thing?
No, it's the cigarette thing that's taking over, because all the kids are doing it.
Yeah.
That's why the FDA or what wants to get rid of them.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, who cares? Because the kids are just going to get a hold of cigarettes anyway. So, I mean, what does it matter? This is an impenetrable industry.
And I'm seeing stuff out there that's saying it's worse than cigarettes. Do you really think that's possible? I think there can't be anything worse than, well, maybe like overconsumption.
Well, the addictive process is really probably what they're looking at.
It can't have the same chemicals.
No, it can't have the same carcinogenic process because there's no tar, there's no, it has the same properties that weed.
You're probably
vapors.
more prone to do a lot more of it though.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Plus, you get on the internet, it's all the internet is just these people who just vape these clouds as if it's like, oh wow, I'm vaping a cloud. Meanwhile, the SAT of 600. So, yeah. Kids, smoke up. What the fuck?
You only live once.
I honestly don't give a shit. I live around a really shitty public school, and when I walk around and I see these kids, and I'm just like, yeah, vape up.
Yeah. Out in Brooklyn.
A lot of mediocrity, and honestly, I really don't care. I could care less. Let them do what they want. Let the kids do what they want. The kids are all right.
Well, parents are getting pissed in Indiana all over the country about the food they're serving at school. It's like, no, seriously, I saw this story. You got to check this out. Hold on. No, like the breadsticks were the main course of this meal.
Oh, good. This isn't the...
This is in Indiana. This is happening at public schools.
The impoverished students' lunch, or is this the lunch in
I think
general?
this is happening in a lot of places.
Because you can't drink water in public school in Detroit, but you can't eat food in Indiana. Yeah, the Detroit public school system shut off the water supply because of lead. Oh.
Jeez.
as soon as they got back.
School lunches usually came with
milk.
Yeah, with milk.
Yeah, from some kind of cow
Who
that's
knows?
obviously been drinking the water. Hey guys.
Damn.
Oh man.
Here, check this story out. This Indiana school, I'll put it up on the
Let's see.
page. Hold on, let me for our audience just joining late, you can also catch us on YouTube.
Yes, please. We're much better looking in person.
Yeah, and you can watch the videos with us.
Oh yeah, I don't want to look at
Let's
that.
get this one.
Child who needs protein to get through the school day. Parents who reached out to RTV6 definitely do not. So we're investigating what's going on here. RTV6's Stephanie Wade is holding one district accountable for what parents are calling a very lacking lunch offering.
Some parents weren't happy to see that their child was being served 2 breadsticks as their main entree for lunch. But after digging into federal regulations, I found that what the school is offering students is within federal guidelines.
All right, it's legal.
I just couldn't believe that you could actually just give
Dude,
them regular
I bet you
breadsticks,
some kids
you know,
were like
has no
completely.
nutrition
Well, they don't give you the
A
marinara
parent
sauce.
whose child
That's
is in
blasphemy.
kindergarten and wants to
Yeah, no
remain
dipping
anonymous.
sauce
Yeah.
with breadsticks. I mean, they.
If they're the Olive Garden breadsticks,
Coins and
and there it is.
applesauce
Look at
for
that.
lunch.
Look
A
at
lot
that
of
meat.
kids, it's their
Looks like
only
2 half-
meal of the day.
well,
They don't
they're
get
definitely-
to
those
go home and
breadsticks
have
are
that
not-
nice meal that
not very
a lot
good.
of our kids are blessed with.
But according to the Indiana Department of Education,
Blessed with.
this is allowed because the district offers cheese dipping sauce along with
Oh.
the breadsticks.
Oh.
This fulfills the requirement.
Wow.
Cheese, per
The
USDA,
cheese
is
dipping
considered a
sauce
protein,
makes it,
and therefore we see schools that offer that sometimes
quote
as a
unquote,
protein.
But
good
some
for
parents
for
in the
kids.
district think
Jesus.
kids should have a more well-rounded meal to get children through the school
I'm
day.
glad I
took
mean,
those
I don't
concerns
know.
to the Greenfield Central
America's a
Schools
horrible place to
superintendent,
raise a kid.
And he tells me
You know, if
he
you don't
is
have money.
open to making
It's
it
Well,
honestly
food-wise, it's ridiculous.
It's terrible. I mean, if
We
I've got
we
this-
have the worst food, and we're supposed to be the richest country.
the richest country of
And
terrible education,
it's
terrible
all-
food, terrible water. You know, honestly, if you don't have
nuts, right?
All you need is cash is the motto of America. And if you've got it, we've got it for you. But, you know, it's like welcome to the jungle lyrics, you know. If, if you got enough money, honey, we got your disease. But if you don't, you know, you've got another disease. And then, you know, you start I don't know, you just start falling through the cracks. So yeah, America is I love talking about how fucked up America is because it's the cornerstone of my artwork, my songwriting, my worldview. It is
It in a lot of your art, right? Especially when
is.
you were doing the cartoon stuff.
the cartoon stuff, in particular, but the smashed guitars are there too, and a lot of it has to do with just how it feels when you've lived here, I guess, a certain amount of time. You paid attention, and there's like a catalyst usually.
Well, you know what they're doing in South Korea.
Oh,
In
God.
order to
Let's-
dodge being drafted or being picked up in the military, they're reportedly binging on 5 meals a day to fail physical exams. So they're just like throwing down pizza and whatever they can, and it's becoming like a trendy thing to do.
Is that all it takes?
And
because in
yeah.
America, you've got to you got to
Yeah.
seriously
No,
drum
over
up a
there.
case of
No,
the
well, they'll
crazies.
say. Well, yeah, when we're feeding it to our kids, of course, how are we gonna have a military?
You know,
So we
where
have
are gonna
to
get
we
these
have to
bodies?
loosen up the belts,
Yeah,
literally.
let the 16-year-olds
figuratively.
in. Yeah,
But yeah, I saw in South Korea, they're just trying to
man.
to
Well, that's all it takes is 2 extra
glutton
meals.
up.
Yeah. Well, you can't be fat and be in the army. You can be fat and be in the army over here. I'll tell you that. Jesus. I saw they relaxed the basic training qualifications again. You know, just to
Yeah.
let people slide a little bit further. Be like, oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. We're not going to give you a gun. You don't have to do
Right.
30 pull-ups. You know, you can do 15. You know, and because they need the bodies, and I don't know. It's just a machine. We're all a part of it. Speaking of which, how's football doing?
I wanted to ask you, did you even catch any football? What or if not, what made you notice that football started?
Yeah.
Or like,
Well,
as a person that's not deep into sports,
noticed-
but you know more than most. I got to give it to you.
noticed that football started because you
Yeah,
changed the name of the show.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
because we now have a different name for the show.
Yeah. And now we've got more shows.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense, and
Yeah.
we're on more times. Although I'm only on Friday afternoons, so 3 to 5, Chris Blake Chapel right here, y'all. But Antoine has got a veritable cornucopia of a media empire building right here on 35th Street and Park Avenue. And so I would suggest that if you're really interested in a true insider's take in football in particular, basketball later, but football for right now, check out Antoine right now.
Yeah, we're going to have some great guests. I'll be doing a show, and thank you for that. But yeah, I'll be doing a show with former NFL player Charles Arbuckle, who was on ESPNU for a good decade. And you guys definitely will recognize him if you're college football fans. We're going to be doing a show in a couple weeks. We're going to be doing 2 shows, deep dive interviews with former athletes and people that are on some good topics too. And then for you gamblers out there, of course, I'm providing a Tuesday and Thursday hour-long show. And one's just kind of recapping what took place against the spread. And then, I gave some picks last night. The picks were flawless. I don't know if anybody's listening out there.
All right.
I said the Bengals. I said Boston College. I don't know if you guys are keeping up, but
Here's what
trying
I
to make you
suggest.
some money.
Here's what I suggest. I think online we should have some kind of dummy account. It doesn't even have to be real money.
Right.
But it can give a real time.
Well, kind of like how you could play whatever. For
fantasy,
fun.
whatever.
Yeah.
This will be fantasy Antoine betting. And we will bet everything the way you say. And this will be kind of like a benchmark for us to be able to see just exactly how accurate all of this can be, because I love winning fake money.
So you play the blackjack where you could just like play for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then rack up
And then look,
tens of thousands of dollars.
oh God, yeah. Just put
But you never sign up for the account.
put the kid through college. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jimmy the Greek said, "Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Start at 1,000.
Let's do it, Jimmy.
I'm all for it. We should do that, and it should be something that like everybody can log into too.
Yeah.
I'll give you a user account. You can track the whole thing. You can go back and see the history, see what you missed.
It's kind of like you as
I haven't seen anything like that out there.
your performance tracking, and it's awesome because this is true. This kind of thing was illegal in the past for the most part.
Yep.
Giving this kind of information, and so now that we have the legality, we
Oh, you're going to see more and
We're gonna
more
have
of
fun.
it popping up.
yeah.
I mean,
but we're gonna do it first.
Oh yeah. Well, there's just content out there, but yeah, that would be something we've never seen before.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, we'll get to working on
There
that.
we go. We got an idea.
So you're listening to the Press Box Party with Antoine. I've got Chris Blake Chapel here in Studio 35. We got open phones. I know it's Friday. I know on the East Coast some of you itching to get out. But if you can lob us a call, 917-477-7737. West Coast listeners, lunchtime. On the West Coast.
They're just getting up.
They're either doing that, but when I worked in LA, I could not believe how on a Friday, New York, 4 o'clock Friday, the offices get empty. In LA on a Friday, they especially as soon as it hits 4 o'clock New York time, because a lot of people are dealing with New York, they're out by 1.
Yeah.
You leave at lunch.
Yeah.
That's the West Coast lifestyle right
West
there.
Coast lifestyle
For an office worker.
because they don't care.
No, they don't.
No, they're the last line of
They're so behind on everything anyways. By the time they get in the office, the stock market's almost closing.
It's true.
Yeah.
They don't play the stock market anyway. They're cryptocurrency. We're gonna biofuel it.
Yeah.
Tesla, SpaceX, e-cigarettes. Make my billions in Juul.
Yeah. We'll show you, Virginia, with your tobacco.
Yeah, right.
We'll kill you. So Houston, isn't that like near your roots?
No.
What's closer to your roots? Dallas?
Dallas.
All right. What's the biggest mosquito you ever seen?
Oh, it was in Texas.
It was in Texas,
Yeah,
right?
it was it was kind of a daddy long legs-esque mosquito. It had about 3-inch legs, and I was bigger than that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
But
Put up-
I have to say,
mosquitoes the size of a quarter are plaguing Houston. So
God.
they're saying this isn't like this guy just saw a mosquito that big.
yeah, this
Like-
is just happened to be the one that I
Yeah.
didn't kill.
But look at that, and then I think he kills it, and then it looks like there's so much blood.
Yeah, was it PETA jumps all over him or something?
No, it's not one of those kind of stories.
It could be. Why do people still film in vertical? This is what I don't understand. People. I'm sorry.
I told you, you know what ruined it? Like people were doing it, and then I feel like people stopped doing it,
Yeah.
and then Snapchat,
Yeah.
Instagram re-promoted it and it's so weird. Like on Snapchat, I'm telling you. So they're trying to put all these shows on Snapchat, and then they're filming the show in vertical. So
Right.
like on the ESPN channel, do you know how hard it is to capture the football highlight correctly or anything, even baseball?
Right.
It just doesn't.
Unless you're just
Like,
standing
you
right in
have
front of
to-
the screen.
Right. And then they've got the channels, and it's really ruined the whole art of
Of filming.
communications too.
It has. Just so you know, y'all, this is what we're talking about. When you want to shoot whatever, okay, don't film
Don't-
it like this.
Yeah.
Just
Turn it.
Just
Unless
like
you're
that.
unless it's just exclusively for Snapchat or Instagram. Hold on, we got a call in Houston. How
All right,
fitting.
Let's get it.
Ozella in H-Town is going to tell us about the quarter-sized mosquitoes. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Sounds like a party. Oh, is that Jonathan Craig in Houston?
It is. It's Jonathan Craig live with our favorite caller, Ozella.
That's great.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, glad to talk. Jonathan Craig, have you seen a quarter-sized mosquito yet?
I have not. It's funny because I said this is the perfect time to call it. Talking about Houston, I haven't seen any of those mosquitoes yet.
So you call
Yeah.
bullshit.
If
Yeah.
I see them, it's your fault. I ain't seen none until you said something.
And if we do see one, we're gonna bring it back to you.
That's right. I'm gonna transport it across the country, and I'm gonna let them loose in New York.
No, we don't need that. There's enough mosquito. Remember, we went through the list. New York has a lot of mosquitoes. They're just not that big.
Yeah, true.
Everything's big in Texas.
Yeah. That's right.
Everything.
Yeah, that's one thing that we could do without, though.
Honestly, I thought a quarter size was a little small.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking maybe
A
half
quarter size is
half
small for a
dollar.
mosquito?
Yeah. I was in Texas. I saw one that it was almost like a dragonfly, and it could probably hold maybe half an eye drop of blood. It's just one of those ones you're afraid to kill it because it'll ruin your outfit.
True. Might explode on you.
I know.
So what brings you to Houston, Jonathan Craig? Just doing some family time?
Some family time, and my cousin, Ozella's daughter, is having a baby. So I'm here to support. I'm delivering the baby. I know that
They tricked you?
didn't know that. I know you didn't know I was a midwife, but
Wow. Anything for an extra buck, right?
Mid husband.
So the comedy times are pretty hard right now, huh, Jay Craig?
Yeah, when comedy gets hard, I pop out babies, not my own, but other people's babies, to make ends meet. So,
Hey, that sounds like a pretty
You
good
know how
side
that
hustle. Though.
so if you need a mid-husband,
All right. Another thing to add to your repertoire. Now I'm going to start introducing you by the way.
No kidding.
yeah,
Comedian.
He's like, yeah.
yeah.
And chef. You can cook too.
And he could cook.
Oh my goodness. Honestly,
Yeah, I
it's
can cook better than the public schools in Indiana. Apparently,
synergy.
I know. And you picked a bad
like
day.
breadsticks and cheese sauce.
Yeah, Jonathan Craig's from Indiana. You picked a bad day not to be in the studio.
I know, man. As soon as I turn on the show, you just straight diss in Indiana and Texas. I I think you did that on
It's
purpose.
the perfect day to
Nah,
call
the
in.
Houston thing is not necessarily a diss. That's impressive. Like Ozella said, you guys are living up to the everything's bigger in Texas mantra.
True.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what are you guys going to do?
admit the Indiana breadsticks was kind of like a sneak diss, though, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
They look.
They don't even.
They were deep.
They don't even give you.
breadsticks,
They don't even
too.
give you marinara sauce, man.
No, a suspicious.
No, they have to give you
cheese.
cheese sauce to make it part of all the food groups.
Incredible.
And I think that's the argument.
So that's how they rope.
So
they rope
we're
in
talking
dairy.
we're talking to Jonathan Craig and Ozella in Texas. If you're joining us late, the people, our listeners in the chat, Jonathan Craig, already miss you. They're talking about doing some laundry.
Oh, I do
So-
my own laundry. 'Cause I don't like the way other people fold my socks. So,
And what are you getting into in Texas? You didn't even tell us. What's going on there? What are you guys?
Well,
what are you
right
guys
now,
gonna do?
Came from the Galleria.
Yeah.
And we had a wonderful time at the Marble Slab Ice Creamery place. Ozella had to call out the lady and tell her. So this is what happened. We go in there and the lady say, "Can I help you?" Ozella says, "Once you wash your hands, yes, you can."
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Ozella's like that.
Yeah. Hey, but she was right though.
Hey, the lady went and washed her hands, huh?
With an attitude, but she did.
Wow.
Yeah, she washed them with an attitude. And then Ozella was like, "Okay, so what's your favorite ice cream?" She said, "I don't really eat ice cream." I wanted to fire her right there. Like, you know what? I'm a secret shopper, and you fire. You don't eat ice cream. You don't wash your hands. What are you doing?
Hey, you work at an ice cream joint.
Yeah, like, come on. That's all you sell. It's ice cream. Make up something.
Yeah, it'd be like I'm really more of a frozen yogurt.
I like frozen custard.
Yeah, I don't know,
Like,
I'm
that
one of
job
those
wasn't
people that.
available, and this was the only thing that was available.
Oh gosh. Well,
This is why Chris Blake Chapel doesn't go out.
I know. It's just a constant reminder of human failure. Is
All right, so that didn't go so well. But what about the rest of the weekend? Well, you getting into anything interesting?
Oh yeah, let's
You guys?
Tonight we're going to dinner.
Tonight we're gonna go to dinner.
Texas
Tomorrow's the
barbecue?
baby shower.
Texas barbecue?
And Smith.
We're going to McCormick and Smith.
Oh.
No barbecue. We're gonna
Yeah.
barbecue ourselves.
Is
Ah.
that steak?
Steak restaurant.
Yeah, that's
Steak.
steak.
That's a steakhouse. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a pretty good one.
Get you a nice big old Texas steak.
Size your belt buckle.
I just got a regular New York belt buckle right now.
But you'll come back. They'll get you right in
They're
a
gonna
couple
come
days
back,
after
yeah.
you deliver that baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give me a belt buckle with a baby. The belt's gonna be like the umbilical cord. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh God.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of creativity here.
Not at all.
Oh yeah, and then we're gonna go to the comedy club on Sunday.
Whoa. This is a full weekend.
Yeah, I was
So as a
supposed
comedian,
to do a show on Tuesday, but it got canceled.
comedian
Yeah,
yourself, are you really critical of the other comedians? Like, are you like, man, that guy sucks?
I am. I am critical. However, I respect
Kind of like
anybody
Chris
who
is with
has-
other artists.
Yeah. Ha ha ha.
No.
Everybody who do it ain't good. Just like it's rappers out there who suck, and you gotta call them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might start the new comedy beef. Like I'm gonna start going on stage and ripping on people right after I'm like, "Yo, your set was whack, son," and then
It's like that's your entire set. It's just ripping on the guy that came before.
yeah, I'm gonna be Kanye at this comedy beef, bro. I'm gonna start going on stage before it's my turn.
Oh man.
Jimmy the Greek wants to
Like,
know.
yo, I'm gonna let you finish your joke real quick, but what I want to say is my set was better. You
Jimmy-
know what I'm saying?
Jimmy the Greek, one of our listeners, has a question for comedian Jonathan Craig. You ever lifted a joke from another comedian? Even if you did, I don't think you would admit it, but I'm guessing you don't.
I will lift a topic, but I won't lift a joke.
All right.
Yeah. That's,
No, yeah,
that's
you don't wanna
fair.
do that.
I mean, that's fair because honestly, that's besides in the internet too is like you can kind of check on that. You can listen to
Yeah,
these
and
people's
also a good place to like steal jokes, honestly, is from Twitter because people say a lot of funny shit on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're just throwing away good jokes. So if
Yeah.
you scroll on Twitter, you'll see some one-liners, and then you can kind of take your own spin on that and turn it into your own.
So
You
that's
ain't gotta
how they
credit
make.
nobody.
So
Unless
that's how they
somebody
make
say-
Conan O'Brien. I just always wonder where they got all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, Conan is 90% Twitter, 10% Snapchat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Oh,
But for the most part, I come up with all my own material. A lot of it is life experiences,
yeah.
and unfortunately, they are funny.
Well, maybe this ice cream shop woman can become
Oh yeah. You just keep going back. You know.
part of the
Oh,
show.
it's a wrap.
It's-
He's part of it. You think people who work at an ice cream place would generally be happy, because when people come to get ice cream, they're excited. Like that's a
Right.
No matter what age, right?
You know.
nobody's like, damn, I gotta go to the ice cream. I'm so I
Yeah.
can't believe I gotta eat some ice cream.
This lactose intolerant thing is really screwing with me.
But I gotta have this.
Got to do it because I'm on a date. I'm gonna pay for this
I
later.
need them to have happier people working at the ice cream,
Yeah.
or people who wash their hands and actually eat ice cream.
So what-
Like that's the bare minimum I'm even asking for. Like wash your hands and like the product.
Yeah.
That ain't hard.
Yeah. Well,
Unless you work at McDonald's.
McDonald's, in which case it's a seventh circle.
You know-
If-
You don't
it's
wanna-
like it's a
you don't wanna
mutual-
love
it's a
that
mutual
stuff.
pity party. You know, you're both looking at each other like, I'm sorry you have to eat here, and I'm sorry you have to work here, but let's just see if we can get through it and
Help each other out.
It's exactly.
Absolutely right.
It's such a Stockholm syndrome thing.
Yeah.
You know, in the
It's
drive-through.
like, what are we both doing
Yeah,
here?
the drive-through is like one step below, kind of like, all right, I got a car. You can see that I have a car, so you know I'm kind of a little bit better than the people who just wandered in here off the street, right? But I'm still eating at McDonald's. I know you hate your job. Let's just chill and let's see if we can make each other right. I saw an Instagram post yesterday where a guy paid for a Big Mac with a bong rip. He handed this glass bong from his driver's seat to the girl in the drive-through window. She shrugged, hit it, gave him his food, and off they went. And it was...
You know what? I ain't even mad at her. And I'm impressed that he's got a whole bong in the car. That is,
Yeah, a glass
Right
one
there.
filled like a big
Like that.
graphics, you know, like a
does he
huge.
strap it in his passenger seat at least? I mean, if you're gonna do it, at least be safe.
Oh, we didn't know. And for all I knew, he was.
So when you get
he was
pulled over by the police,
What is
like,
that?
well, at least I got it strapped in, officer. I mean,
Well,
damn.
look, because he was the one filming it too, and so he, you know, he
Right.
had his, you know, filming, of course, in vertical, and you know, passing the damn thing, and in his other hand, just hands her the bong, and she just without like just. Sure, of course. This is the number 3 way I get paid
You
usually.
want to know why? Because she's probably been trying to find a way to get fired from McDonald's. She just can't. So you know what? Maybe I'll take this bong rip.
I didn't think
and
of
they'll
that.
fire me.
I didn't
Maybe.
think of that. Oh my God, it's
I
like
mean,
the JetBlue
that's
dude.
one way-
You know, trying to go out in the
one way to
best
get
way
fired.
possible. Yeah, why not be famous at the same time?
Yeah. You're that girl who took the bong rip, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I know, right? It's like
She go
that
work
bad
at the
baby
dispensary
girl.
now.
She's got a record deal now.
Oh boy. All right, so no sports this weekend though for you guys. You're not going to go to the Giants Cowboys game?
Nah.
All
We're
right.
kind of far from Dallas. Dallas is 4 hours away.
Isn't Houston at home? I think they're at home this weekend, right?
No, they played the Titans.
No,
they
that's
play
right.
the
They're in
Titans
Tennessee. All right, well, have some fun. Keep an eye on Mr. Craig there, Ozella.
I will. We're going to have fun.
Try not to start any brawls in any of the establishments you go in again.
Next place we go in there and wash their hands, I'm turning it out.
All right.
It's going to be all over the news.
Thanks for checking in.
Thank you for having us, bro.
Thank you for calling. I'm sorry I just had to step out for a second. You're a hell of a lot of fun to talk to.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend and good
All
luck
right,
with the birth tomorrow.
All right, y'all too.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. So, Ozella and
God,
Dr. Craig.
They've got a fun weekend ahead. Steakhouse, birthing a baby, comedy club. I mean, what
Doesn't
am I-
get better than that.
It doesn't.
And he's going to have his own barbecue.
If anybody wants to have me a barbecue, please call in, and I will attend.
So you're listening to the Press Box Party. What, we're going to have another guest in the studio
We
here?
sure are. We're gonna have Susie Jordan, a expatriate of 2 countries, now living in New York City, and we are gonna just see her perspective and have some fun. So coming up.
Coming up in studio. You never know on a Friday.
You never
So if
know.
you guys want to get in, 917-477-7737. That's the phone number. Use it if you'd like. Got some chats here in regards to going into McDonald's. You just glance at the drive-thru person. Keep your eyes down in shame. Jimmy the Greek.
I know. It's the bacon, egg, and cheese of shame.
It is. I don't know if our guest went to go get some water
She went
in there.
to.
Was that what she
I
said?
think she pouring some drinks.
Yeah, but the only thing is,
Does it not work?
you might want to tell. No, the glasses are kind of high up.
Oh yeah. I'm tall. I'll work it out.
If not, there's look in the dishwasher. They're clean. All right. So again, Press Box Party. We got Chris Chappell in here, and we got a special guest upcoming. And the phone number is 917-477-7737. We took that call from Jonathan Craig, who comes in on Wednesdays. He's a comedian. You can catch him at Dangerfields on Thursdays. Hello there.
Hello.
Hey, come here. Sit over here.
All right. I got.
Oh.
I bought bubbles.
How nice of you.
Oh, it's Friday.
Yeah. It is. We're celebrating here in
Here?
Studio 35.
All right. It's hot in here.
Susie, yeah, we at this point we should turn on. Could you also turn on, put that on low?
Will.
Thank
Put
you.
these on, sit right here.
So those of you in watching on YouTube, you can see we have beautiful
Hello.
guest that just joined us.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey. Bring the mic
Very,
down a
very
little bit.
hot. Okay. Oh yeah, we forget that. I'm really small.
Yeah. We're like
Tiny,
this
tiny.
distance, you know.
How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. I just finished work. It's Friday.
It's Friday and
feeling
you're out of
good.
here. You're
Yeah.
out of that place.
Feel good. Feel good.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the Press
Thank
Box
you.
Party.
Thanks.
I know
What's
you
going
listen
on?
to the show, right?
I do listen. I try.
Okay.
I try and take part too, but you know.
It's tough with work, I'm
I
sure, to
try
call
and
in.
and pretend that I'm.
Let's
working.
pop this thing while we're
Yeah,
on
do
air.
it. Let's do it. Whew, it's super hot.
Get
in
Chris.
here.
Yeah, we. It was nice, and then I shut the windows because you get so much background noise.
Ah, I see.
And then I usually turn on the air, but we got so caught up into the show.
Yeah, I was just distracted.
Did you
by
catch any of it on your way over here?
I didn't. No,
All right.
sorry, I haven't heard.
You haven't
anything.
missed too much.
What's been going on? This.
Jonathan Craig said, "How you gonna have a party in the press box without me?" Jonathan Craig, there is bubbly, some champagne in the studio right now. We are celebrating our Friday right.
We are.
And you did find the glasses. I didn't know what
did.
kind of glasses
That
you
was the
need
first
there.
thing I
I'm sorry.
looked for.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, some of the glasses are kind of on the higher shelves.
We do know that I'm very short. We have to adjust all the mics.
I was
and all
like
the
waiting to
chairs.
hear a noise. And are you on there, Chris?
Hello.
All right, you're on.
hello.
You are.
All right, let's see if I can open this without breaking anything.
Oh,
There we go.
there you go. Should have recorded that.
We really,
used it as
it
a little
is.
sound.
It's
Oh,
all
yeah,
recorded.
that's
We're on
true.
YouTube.
That's true. You're gonna have to go back in and.
We're actually having fun, guys. We have the proof.
snap the sound, and then you can play it every time Chris says something funny.
Which is all the time.
Very good. I was just distracted by
There you go.
Thank you, by the news reports all in North Carolina. All the crazy
Yeah.
storms going on.
It seems like in some places it's not as bad as they expected,
Yeah.
but in other places it's really bad.
Looks a little
I
crazy.
can't remember the name of the city. It started with a B, but it looked like they were a half a mile within the shore, and there were already houses submerged. I mean,
Yeah, wow.
yeah. So there's going to
Crazy.
be some damage. Charles Arbuckle, who I work with, actually lives in Charlotte. He got out of town. He went to Miami.
Yeah, wow.
He's not really close to the coastline, but we'll see how it plays out. But if we've got any listeners out in North Carolina, South Carolina, anywhere around there,
We want to hear from them.
we could get you through the day. Let us know. Hopefully you got out of town. What's going on in the chat here? It started blowing up as soon as we started drinking.
Yeah. Cheers.
Did she wash her hands before popping that bottle? I popped the bottle, and I did not. All right, Jonathan Craig. I didn't stick my finger in it.
Not at all.
Nice accent on the missus.
Oh. Yes, I am.
Jimmy the
English.
Greek. You are.
Cheers.
Cheers. Can you do an American accent?
Sure. No, not really.
Yes, you can.
Was that it? You went like Valley Girl? That's like the safest bet?
Yeah,
It's a safe bet.
Pretty much.
It's easy.
Actually, today at work we had this sports-themed afternoon, so we had everyone had to wear a jersey shirt, which I later discovered is actually a football shirt.
What do you call it, a kit?
I don't own a football shirt,
Yeah,
so I
a kit,
probably
right?
should have borrowed that one on the wall there.
I've got a closet full you could have borrowed of all the teams I worked for.
Should have come to you. And
what were they wearing? Giants
they were wearing
jerseys and
Jets,
things like that? Yeah.
Giants.
Jets and Giants.
We had like
Yankees.
There was Cleveland. The guy from Cleveland, I don't know.
Cleveland Browns?
I don't know what he had, but he had a big
Yeah.
shirt on. Kind of looked that color. Yeah, that's how much I know about.
Do you understand the rules
sport.
of American football?
Does anyone?
He does.
I mean,
I went to a game once.
it's not
so
that tough.
It's very questionable.
I think even though he won't admit it, he understands the basic rules.
Yeah.
I don't. Sorry.
All right. Here's the Chris Chapel.
What's your elevator?
How do you play football?
Elevator version. Like
Okay,
you only got a second.
There's two teams, right? All right. One team kicks the ball down the field to the other team.
You're really starting
All
from the
right.
beginning.
And then the other team.
How many against how many? You forgot that part.
That I don't know. Because
Okay.
that changes.
It's
all the
11
time.
versus 11.
Yeah.
Doesn't change.
Now there's two sections of each team. There's the offense and the defense. The offense plays when they've got the ball. The defense plays when the other team's got the ball. Now, these two halves of these teams play different roles. There's some dudes on the defensive team that are huge, fucking huge guys that are expressly huge because they're meant to stop a human being that weighs 350 pounds and moving at 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, so.
Now, they've got a whole line of guys like this. Now, thing is that when the other team... Yeah.
There you go.
When the other team gets the ball during this kickoff, okay, a lot of different things can happen. Here's the usual thing. One of the guys catches it and starts to run, okay? Now, if they get the ball, just like rugby, across the line at the other end, they score what's called a touchdown. Now, most often than not, though, this guy doesn't make it all the way. He gets tackled some point between when he gets the ball and before the goal line.
I have to stop you because you left out a key component. You're just talking about at the end result.
Yeah.
On the possession, you get 4 tries to get the 10 yards.
That's
But
next.
that's important. You went right to the touchdown.
No. But that's if he makes it all the thing. But the thing is, he doesn't.
That's
make
the
it
whole
usually.
premise of the game. You
Usually-
get 4 tries to get 10 yards. If you get the 10 yards, you get to restart and get another 4 tries.
But hang on a minute.
Yeah.
This game is called football, but there's no feet involved.
There's a lot of feet involved. You have to start the game with your foot by kicking it off.
And you
and
run
the
using
game
your
is
feet.
usually determined by scoring 3 points, which is done by kicking a ball through the yellow uprights.
And it's measured
So,
in feet.
It may seem to you like there's not
So-
a lot of kicking,
Yeah.
but it's still a very crucial part of the game. And these little kickers come out. As he said, most of the guys are these huge guys, and then this little
tiniest little guy.
150-pound kicker comes out, 5'7", and he will often determine the fate of the game.
I have been to a football game in America, but I had no
I
idea.
think I
what was
remember
going on.
you talking about that.
I
Did you
just-
go to a Giants game?
No, I went to what was it? Eagles.
The Eagles.
I saw the Eagles play.
So you were in Philly.
Yeah,
The
I was.
best
I
of
was
the
in
best.
Philly. And I
You took her to that?
No.
This is just coincidence?
I went with my
nothing to do
sister.
with us.
Because I want to say the only football game you've ever seen in person is
That's not true.
Philly. No?
But-
You've been to Giants Stadium?
I've been to
That.
I've been to a bunch of Dallas
That's it.
Cowboys games. I've been
Chris
to
and I have a good friend that works for the Eagles.
Atlanta
so.
Hawks games. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Atlanta. Atlanta.
Michigan.
Well, I was talking more pro, but that is a pro atmosphere there.
It's pro.
It is.
Well, what do you recommend seeing here then in New York? What's the best?
Nothing.
Sports wise,
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium's a good experience. Go to a day game, day drink.
Yeah.
And you take it all in. And you're not really watching. It's more people watching.
Yeah.
And it's just the fun, you haven't done baseball yet.
I've been to a baseball game I saw the Orioles play, and then
in Baltimore.
It wasn't. Was it in? Yeah, maybe it was. And then I went to see
Camden Yards.
No, I went to one in
name?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
them.
Three
I saw-
Rivers.
I
That's a
saw
nice
friends-
stadium because it's right on the river.
Yeah. I went to
Yeah.
that stadium. That was really cool. Very, very cool. But
Jonathan Craig writes, each player has 2 feet, usually, and that's why it's called football.
No. But that's going to change, though, usually. I
He
hear
goes-
they're going to
and then
relax.
Jonathan Craig said, you forgot the part where they usually take a knee before the game.
Oh. Yeah.
I have to say, I do.
And then they're just getting, everyone's just going off on the chat. Cleveland Brown, the guy from the Cleveland show, 2-minute penalty, yellow card. And, I'm not going to read the rest of this stuff. Everybody's got a zinger nowadays.
Now we're getting confusing.
Yeah.
I do prefer English football, though.
Yeah, who doesn't? I love a game that can end in a riot.
Where you can't use your hands.
We'll go to an English game when we go.
That's what many Americans will argue with. How can you call it a sport if you cannot use
Because it's
your
football.
hands?
You use your feet, as per the name of the game. Very logical English people.
Footy. Footy.
Footy, yeah.
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 Yeah, that's funny.
But it is fun, and we do get into it, and it's very...
So, who is your English Premier League team?
Oh, well...
The Tottenham Spurs?
Not Tottenham.
Hotspur. Man U.
I actually go for Everton, which is not a great team.
Yeah.
But
They used to have the American goalie. See, I know my stuff.
there you go. But
Howard.
my brother-in-law is a Liverpool fan, so that has caused quite a bit.
And
of
Liverpool's
rift.
got the Egyptian guy, so I'm okay with them
There
too.
you go. So Liverpool, I think, are doing quite well. Or they're quite a good team.
I heard Chelsea's just going to run away with it this year.
Well, Chelsea.
That's what my
are
sources told me.
Pretty up there too, I'd say.
I haven't heard.
But we better stop talking English Premier League, otherwise we're going to lose
We might lose
all
our-
of our
yeah, that's true.
viewer base,
That's
including me.
We are in America here, and
That's
soccer
true.
just
That's true.
doesn't
I
do
should
it
have
for
borrowed
us.
that big T-shirt on the wall that you have.
You got.
I should have used
I'm
that.
telling you, if you ever have a sport day again, I will hook you
Oh,
up.
I feel like it's going to be a regular occurrence.
It is?
We'll have to get you in
Yeah.
to the office, and you can just run around with all these kids and like play games. Honestly, there was like all these.
Wait, there were
blow-up
kids there?
Yeah, there's like blow up inflatables in the office.
Oh.
And all these like kids straight up.
You got to get
coming.
me in there.
Yeah, it's like really fun. Yeah.
And you're right down the street.
It's not really a proper office. It's more like a startup.
You know, it's
fun.
nice to hear that offices still do some things on Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had these blow up things that like all over the place.
Chris, man. What's going on in that mind?
I was just thinking. I was like, have I ever been in an office on a Friday?
That's a legitimate question.
a good
Have you ever
question.
done the office life?
I have.
Yeah, because you haven't been an artist forever.
Not-
well, I mean, you've always been an artist.
No, I
but
haven't been a.
Not a full-time artist
Yeah,
forever.
I'm still.
When's the last time you sat in an office?
And been paid for it?
Yeah.
A real office, like a real office with a real building. I'll tell you what. Actually, the first job I had in Los Angeles when I moved out there to be a musician was working for a reinsurance company in Century City from a temp agency. Okay, now they
Okay.
they you know,
Were you in those two towers?
Yeah, I
You
was-
were.
I was
Yeah,
in one of them.
I've worked in those too.
Yeah, the ones
Off
that
of Avenue
were
of the
destroyed
Stars.
in Fight Club at the end.
Well, are you kidding me? How are you gonna signify the place as Fight Club?
Don't you remember?
Die Hard, buddy.
Yeah. But
That's the iconic movie.
But that
put those
we did-
buildings.
Yeah, well, I
Fight
know
Club's the
it's
best.
true.
All right.
But Fight Club.
Die Hard was filmed at the Century City Towers.
That's true. But,
Greatest Christmas movie of all time.
But Fight Club destroyed Century City at the end.
That's the. What else in LA?
That's
I guess
cool-
the
that's
Wells
way cooler
Fargo.
than me. Yeah.
It's better than the Wells Fargo building.
That
But
should
that's
be
downtown.
destroyed. But
I feel like there's a story there.
yeah. There's about what 25 million stories right there. I'm sure. Of course, they're all
Wow.
so fucking boring. Just Wells Fargo
took
my
that
money.
much of
Oh,
your
really?
money.
Yeah, I know.
You were a millionaire until Wells Fargo.
No. I've never banked with Wells Fargo, but I feel for the people that Wells Fargo fucked over. In
I
the
banked with
last
Wells Fargo.
Yeah, you did, but you didn't know, and you haven't been fucked over by Wells Fargo.
It's the only bank that they let.
Getting real chatty there, I see in our chat, by the way. I'm watching you guys.
What's chat going
No.
on?
They're
Are
trying to.
Are they getting off topic?
They said news show record 46 minutes before the host mentioned the Yankees.
Oh.
Yeah, they're coming at me.
Well, you haven't
Why don't
seen
you guys
it.
call in if you got something to say? 917-477-7737, you keyboard warriors.
You obviously haven't met Cleopatra. I know you edgelords out there. Come on.
Just typing away
I know your mom
furiously.
just left. Come on, break out the bong and give us a call. It's Friday afternoon. I want to hear what video games you're playing, too. I've been on the fence about buying a video game system for the past 2 years now. And I spent...
Yeah, I thought you were going to get a PlayStation 4, you told me.
Yeah, I did.
And then
I
what
said
happened?
it, and then I was going to get an Xbox, and I didn't do that either. I sat
So what's holding you
for
back?
5 minutes in GameStop yesterday and looked at a used system and 3 used games that I would play for probably 5 minutes, and then I talked myself out of it and left like I always do. But, you know, it's one of these things where you just have to...
Well, it's just a time suck, kind of, which
yeah.
if you use it correctly is kind of nice because you can use it as a time to just decompress and get away.
It's true.
But
And
I've never gotten... The only thing I've ever played video game-wise are the sports games, and it's because it's fun when you play against your friends and talk shit.
Right. And you've never played
But
against
I've
me
never
'cause
gone online to play a stranger. I would get nothing out of that.
Well, what I get out of them is that the games I particularly pick have...
But you like the online games, though,
Well, no,
right?
no. It's not the. It's
Oh,
the,
that's solving.
It's the story mode of the games that I pick.
Yeah.
Usually, I pick something that has to do most likely with some kind of historical narrative. The Assassin's Creed series is fantastic. Call of Duty when they're in World War II is fantastic. Red Dead Redemption by Rockstar is the highest work of art, in my opinion, in the video game world, which I'm sure will be superseded by Red Dead Redemption 2. That being said, these are places that I go for inspiration. They're incredibly immersive.
Well, the people that make those games, I mean, they're artists in their own right, obviously.
Yeah.
And they're creating worlds and characters, and it's so freaking detailed. Now, you show me the trailer for that game, right?
Yeah, and the gameplay images as
How-
well for that.
So how long did that take to make?
8 years.
Wow.
8 years some of these
Wow.
games were.
They started development immediately after they released the first one.
Jeez. So it's way more complex than a movie, obviously.
It's incredible.
But we watched Westworld recently, and obviously that was very inspirational as
pertained.
well. Just the way that everything was built.
So you never considered getting into that form of like
Now, the
development and that? I mean, it sounds
Yeah.
tedious. I
No.
remember when EA Electronic Arts got in trouble for labor. You know, you guys heard
Yep.
about all that?
I did.
And like people
I-
were basically sleeping at the
I applied for that
offices.
job there.
It's like a slave. Yeah, it was like a sweatshop.
Sounds like my job.
It is.
Oh, come on. You guys get to wear jerseys on Friday.
That's
No.
true. That's true.
Everything is peachy.
Blow up inflatable NFL.
It's true.
Yeah, and you got a playland over there.
Oh, that's true. And free, and free drinks.
And they can
And free drinks.
They don't even have to
So
walk
you
with
already
you.
been drinking today?
Yeah.
That's all we do.
Oh man, there are offices now that have beer in the
It's true.
break
Yeah.
room where they got a tap.
Yeah.
Here in New York, you can get away with that more because nobody drives home to work.
Yeah, you can't get anybody to be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Clarice, you know,
But you could
drove
never
off
do- you can't-
Tappan Zee
you
Bridge
can't-
after work and be like,
can't
she's
do
gonna
that.
sue us.
Yeah, you can't do that in L.A.
No.
No way.
No, it's just Coke.
Yeah. Oh, did you catch the show the other day with the guys on Ryanair just breaking up the trip? So they're going from like UK to Ibiza. It's 2 partiers just going buck wild. Open their tray tables up, start doing rails
What?
of Coke, and they call the crew guy over. Hey, can we get a couple more vodkas? And he's like, here's your vodkas, and does the money, and he like puts them down in between the lines of Coke, and he's like, all right, guys, have a good time. We're almost there. And they recorded it. You didn't see this?
Jesus, why can't people just be
I
cool?
didn't see that.
Why can't people just be cool? Why can't it's fine to do
Well,
that, but why are you going to put it on the internet? And
One
now
thing
all
I
of a
will
sudden-
say about London, they've got some partiers, as does every country.
That's
But
the-
another story that came up on my radar. Yeah,
We are drinking-
She just
He
carries
looks at me
this.
just
She
as I'm
carries
taking-
this all
just
the
as I'm
time.
taking a drink.
I'm
look
taking
at
yeah,
me.
this is actual
I gotta-
champagne. It looks like
No,
from
it's
France.
not. It's from France. but
It's a friend. It's
it's
Well,
not.
we don't want to mention any brands because
No.
unless they pay us.
Exactly.
But it's a Rosé Luxe. All right, let's see if I can find this thing. But while flying, I mean, it's just on so many levels. Jonathan Craig was in here when we were showing this Ryanair Here, I'll pull it up. Lads, I gotta love the Scottish sun too. Lads on Ryanair flight cut up lines of white powder, and steward,
The steward, of course.
bringing them vodka, doesn't bat an eyelid.
Oh.
Well, see,
But isn't,
that-
oh yeah. Oh.
they
What?
say
Isn't the CEO of Ryanair really famous for like getting on
Well,
Twitter and kind of communicating
he's
with his
probably
fans
famous
and-
for running one of the
I wonder if
worst
this is one of
airlines
his-
of all time.
This might be one of his PR campaigns. I don't know.
This is a. This is not a good.
We're a cool airline. Isn't it?
Yeah, let's see.
Wow.
Here. I think there's some
What?
sound to
How
this
do they get
too.
away with this?
Ready to go?
Oh, it's the sun.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Draw a line, bud. Yeah, cheers, mate. Draw a line.
Just throwing down the change on the line.
Sure. Draw another line.
I'd like to also point out the £5 notes. These guys are obviously
What?
not high rollers.
They're ballers. Well, they spent it all on the cocaine.
those seats look like
It's also
the.
the Sun newspaper, Anton. I think.
First of all, there's not a nice seat on Ryanair line.
No.
Yes, it's
Anyway.
They
true.
look like they were covered in tarp. Those yellow seats or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. From what I remember, I was one time on a Ryanair airplane that didn't even have a tray table, and I'm not joking. It's awful.
It's really bad, actually. I've had some pretty bad
Yeah.
Ryanair flights. But,
Well,
you know, if you get a flight for £3, what can you expect? So it's pretty
£3?
cheap. Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Yes,
Fly.
their
Can-
flights are cheaper than bus tickets.
Yeah, it's pretty
Confirmed.
Pretty cheap. It's just the tax you have to pay. But yeah, it's
£3 to go.
Yeah, they had
I'll
like,
take whatever. I'll sleep that underneath with the goats, for Christ's sake.
when they
£3? What do you want? What do you need a tray table for?
When
Come
they first
on.
started, they had like this 99 pence like deals, and they were, and then you just pay the tax. So it's
Tax is
super
like
cheap.
$400.
Yeah. But they've been really known to like charge you for everything, like charge you to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's like everything.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's okay.
It's like the Spirit Airlines of Europe.
Yeah.
You get around that. You just get a little water bottle and put it under your blanket, pee in that.
Well, then there was a bathroom that was shut down. The lady actually told the men are going in. She recorded that, and she was like, "The men are all going in bottles, and like it's closed. Just pee in this bag." And it was all, it was all.
God, airlines
Airlines are just getting so ruthless.
They're
right
going to
now.
devolve into what cruises
They're getting
are
so-
right now.
Yeah.
You can't take a cruise without getting,
Yeah, like
diphtheria or
assaulted or
sepsis.
Did you see that one where like these Russian gangsters took over the ship and just were like fighting with everybody, and they had to dock it somewhere? Yeah, it's
This didn't make the news probably because it was just so common. Oh, another cruise ship, or at least it's like everybody gets diarrhea, or pirates, happen, or some asshole wants to defect. It's like, no, I cannot go home to Afghanistan, and declares himself a political asylum in suite, 6D. I keep looking at these dudes, and they look
these guys.
Same.
Yeah, they're like. Jesus.
Like, are you hypnotized by their cult? So on TV, there's Tiki in Tyranny, or Tyranny, or whatever that guy's name is on CBS.
Sounds like a couple of
Sportsnet.
chicks.
It's like,
and
sounds like Hoda and whatever.
Yeah, you got one bald white dude and one bald brother, and then you just talk some sports, chop it up.
They're the same model human, except one's just in a different color.
Yeah.
I feel like they're pretty into it though. Whatever they're saying, they're very, very.
Oh
into
yeah.
it.
Got to be into it. It's football season.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Who's gonna crush this season then? Tell me, like who's gonna win?
You missed yesterday's show. I was trying to.
Sorry, I was probably.
It's too early to predict who's gonna win it. That's just, we don't know. There's injuries. There's so many factors.
Right.
But there's good teams. There's bad teams. I will tell you who's not gonna win it. The Philadelphia Eagles are not gonna win it again.
Oh, what is?
That's the only team I've seen.
Yeah.
Should we say that on radio?
We're saying that on air.
Did they win the Super Bowl?
They did.
So
it was a fluke.
Really?
It was the biggest fluke of all time.
Well,
yeah.
Won quite a bit of money on that, though.
Right. So who's gonna crush it? Tell me who's gonna actually win. Like, who do you want to be?
Well, New England's always good.
The Detroit
The New England
Lions.
Patriots will win their division because there's no one that's going to even contend with them.
Got it.
And who looks impressed? There's all kinds of teams that are possible. I don't know. Some people think the Kansas City Chiefs have a young QB.
Young, dumb,
from what I saw, we've
full
only
of-
seen 1 week of football.
Yeah.
I'll have to go with the Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
I say that because that's the team I root for and
Quite
hasn't
a
done
shock.
anything in 2 decades. But they did look good last week.
But look at all the memorabilia.
The LA Rams right now are the favorite at this moment to play the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl.
What do our friends
But it's-
online think? What do our friends
Online?
Probably something different.
Let's see what we got. Online, who are your Super Bowl
I'm
picks?
a total glory supporter. Who should I go for this year?
Oh, see, I'm more of a fair weather fan.
Yeah, he doesn't get on board until a week before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Maybe even a week after. It's too risky the week before.
It is risky. And then you have to really...
Yeah, it's like 50-50 and flipping a coin.
You got to answer questions about it, too. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you like him? Well, who's
Oh,
your
what
favorite
do you
player?
think of Nick
they're-
Foles?
It's like, oh, well, Nick is obviously the top. Then you just look like a prick.
Yeah, see, they're just naming their favorite teams.
Right.
That's good. They're entitled to do that.
Chief
name them. I
Firewater,
can't
the
see that.
Cowboys.
Y'all need to come.
Not
yeah.
many teams looked worse than them in week 1. Well, the Buffalo Bills did.
Whatever happened to Deion Sanders?
That a boy. That was one of my favorite players.
That's more like what
Atlanta Falcon Deion Sanders, right?
Yeah.
Not the Dallas Cowboy Deion Sanders.
Yeah. But I remember
He's a broadcaster. He's on one of these networks.
I
He's
remember
pretty
when
fun.
he used to play for the Braves as well.
Yeah, and the Yankees.
Jesus. He's
Do you know Bo
he's
Jackson?
Bo Jackson. I know
Okay.
that damn card.
Do you want to know
when I
my
was in the
favorite
5th grade?
All right, my favorite
Black and blue.
play ever in Major League Baseball history. I'm gonna share it with the audience. You guys probably never even seen this play. It involves Deion Sanders on the Yankees and Bo Jackson on the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, I didn't know shit about baseball, but I knew when I was in the 5th grade, everybody wanted that card. Bo Jackson was a player who played football and baseball.
This is an inside the park home run. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Susie.
It stays inside the park, but they run all around.
Wow.
There you go.
Holy hell. That was so damn impressive. See, she's hiding something. Now I don't trust her.
The clue is
The British
She just
people
knew
are
right away.
Always the
clue is in
enemy.
the name of it.
All right, this is I want to make sure we get the sound on this. All right, we got the sound. This is Deion Sanders at the plate at Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium. I'm going to play it for our viewers too. So bear with me. All right, we got that up. And yeah, just watch this inside the park home run.
Drilled to center field. Bo Jackson going over, leaps and can't get it. It goes all the way to the fence. Deion Sanders blazing around second. Tabler goes over to get the ball, plays it in there, waving him home. The throw to the plate gets it. Sanders flies over, and now he is safe at home.
He tried to say.
There's a pile of bodies at the plate.
But not a
Here
fight.
That's the greatest play
John
ever.
Wathan out to argue. McFarland is hot.
I just love he did not touch home until.
Schwartz, the Royals
And
trainer,
then
is
Bo
out
got
there. Look
hurt.
at Bo Jackson, who's back on his feet in center
He hurt
field.
Bo Jackson.
Which nobody
Look at
likes.
Left
Everybody
arm.
likes Bo Jackson.
Bo came up just a little short on the diving catch in center.
Would have been an awesome catch though.
Watch
Let's take
Deion
another
coming
look at
around.
the play at the plate.
Lightning fast.
Ball came up on McFarland. Got the high hop.
Does he touch
I
home?
can't hear you unless you say it in the mic.
Not
He
there.
got
He
hit
didn't.
in the.
I don't think we have the audio on YouTube.
I swear, you can't
We
hide
got
here
it.
with
Oh no, I
your-
checked
Oh,
it.
no,
No, the
no.
ball's loose. Okay,
McFarland
good call.
dropped the ball.
You
It
gotta
was a good
turn your
call.
phone off.
Good
mute.
call.
Had McFarland been able to get the tag down on him the first time, he would have been out. Makes an unusually wide turn around third.
So yeah, that's amazing. That's some '90s baseball for you.
That it looks very 90s.
Yeah,
With the people in the audience.
when they panned them. Yeah,
Very cool.
it's a great play.
Yeah, that umpire's got to be sure.
You got to.
You see him? He's like a little coiled watch spring. He's just looking, waiting for somebody, and he throws his arms up. Safe! Hell of a game. That's America's pastime. Yep.
I'm just checking the chat here. Make sure everybody's behaving.
Nobody ever behaves in the chat.
We can't see this.
German triathlete. You think
can't.
Americans are the only ones that are gluttons, Susie?
Das
German
No.
triathlete banned from all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant for eating too much.
What?
That sounds like
Ironman triathlete.
Homer
What?
Simpson had that happen, actually. It's like, I heard your father went to the all-you-can-eat restaurant, and they had to close the restaurant because he ate so much.
This dude had 100 plates of sushi,
Jesus.
and then sent the restaurant into a state of alarm.
Oh!
They thought they were on the verge of going bankrupt.
Sayonara.
Why would they do all you can eat?
He says he has a special diet where he doesn't eat for 20 hours.
Uh-huh.
And then he eats
as much as he can in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Get
So
him
for
on the
$15
show.
he went in there and had like
Jesus.
What?
Bankrupted.
2,000. Yeah, he almost took down the business.
Mom and pop sushi restaurant. This poor son of a bitch just walked in there. He's just like, yeah, what? I got those. You know, he's probably screaming at him in German, and they're just, they're just trying to make a California roll.
Yeah.
For
God.
10 marks or whatever the hell it costs.
I think all you can eat is a very, very bad idea.
They don't have a lot of that in London, do they?
I don't know. Not
I haven't.
really.
I
don't
didn't.
think so.
Never really see it
I
there.
mean, I don't think you should eat all you can eat. Just eat a little.
What if
bit.
you're at a buffet and you want to try a little bit of everything?
Well, that's fine. Then just eat a little bit of everything, not all.
But you
can
can't.
eat.
How? But the. Okay, so what I'm saying is, you're at a buffet and they call it all you can eat. It doesn't literally mean that. It's just saying like
Exactly.
we're not going to stop you
But
if you want to have a little pasta,
Yeah.
if you want to have some teriyaki chicken,
It's a Vegas
you want to have
Exactly.
some salad. I mean, that's where it originated from.
That's true.
All
There's
you can
always
eat
one
sushi
person.
though is the nastiest
Yeah,
stuff you can
that-
possibly get.
yeah. Even if
that's
you get
taking
one
su-
thing there.
You deserve to get sick.
It's like getting
Yeah.
You
sushi
cannot
at the-
complain if you get sick at all you can eat
Getting
sushi.
sushi at
I
the
agree.
grocery store, It's just...
But just because something is all you can eat doesn't
Don't do
mean
it.
it has to be all.
But it's sitting out. It's sushi. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
supposed to
gross.
sit out
Yeah.
more than as long as it takes you to pick it up
Like a
with your
minute.
chopstick.
All right.
Yeah.
If you had to do all you can eat anything, what food?
Pizza.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Chinese
Shakey's would do the all you can eat pizza.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can eat pizza.
It's right next to where I lived in Los Angeles.
Oh
in fact.
yeah, you lived
All
it.
you can eat
That
hot-
Shakey's I've thankfully never been in.
Man, that was a bad Shakey's. but
I
would
went to
go
the
there.
one on Santa Monica Boulevard.
It was
that
Santa
the
Monica
one?
and
No,
La
I didn't
Brea.
go to that one.
That
it was lower.
fun. I would go there for the pictures of
I haven't-
beer.
If they had all you could eat mozzarella sticks, I would be dead. I'd eat everything.
You would be dead.
Pizza Hut used to do all you can eat pizza, I think. I just
Olive
remember
Garden
that.
does the breadsticks.
That
though.
pizza is garbage, TW Hunt. Yeah, Shakey's pizza does suck.
Shakey's sucks.
But something about all you can eat
Just makes people crazy.
gets people going.
They just go in there and
It's
get
a
everything.
cost thing. You're already dealing with people that
Olive
are
Garden had
little-
the endless breadsticks.
Yeah.
So we were talking about breadsticks earlier.
All
Yeah.
you can eat.
Of course.
Chief Firewater, Chuck E. Cheese has all you can eat.
Why don't they have all you can drink?
They do.
They
It's
do.
called bottomless brunch.
Bottomless
yeah, yeah.
mimosas.
Yeah.
With a time limit, though, so.
Yeah.
So it's
So
not
you got to
really-
drink 17 of them in 2 hours.
God.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
problem with those places is listening to the conversations at the other table from the 20
The basic bitches
3-year-old
at table
females
2, 4,
that are there.
6, 8.
You're just surrounded and you're like,
Oh my
damn it,
God! I have
should've
the
just-
most amazing.
I should have
egg
just
benedict.
bought a case and had it in the comfort of my own home.
I second that.
And I could have been in peace.
Yeah, brunch is. Brunch is like
You definitely don't get caught at brunch.
Brunch is like going to the movies in public. You know, it's just I just don't do it, and it's like a honey trap for people who don't know how to act.
Williamsburg in Brooklyn is the hot
We've
spot.
just got a new place opened,
Yep.
and I tried to get Chris to go the other day, and it
hot.
was like a nightclub at 11 a.m. in the morning. And
Yeah.
it was like all this music pumping, all these people chatting, carrying on. There was no tables. There was big
Just
lines.
getting after it.
It's like
There
the
was big
exact
lines out the
opposite
door.
of morning.
Chris was like, "Absolutely not. Let's leave right away."
It's like, yeah,
It was like music. It was literally. Like
it just
a nightclub.
sucked so much, and you know, it's like showing up at somebody's bridal shower where you have to pay,
And then you have to. Yeah.
You know, it's just wall to wall. Never mind.
Jokers.
Yeah.
Jokers. There you go.
Ne'er-do-wells.
Wow, nice PR
She's-
phrase.
she's good,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. She'll save you from getting us removed from YouTube.
Weisenheimer's.
She knows that's the thing about British people.
Yep.
They know the polite way to say just about anything.
Really?
Like they
Maybe
can find
not.
a polite way to tell you to go fuck yourself.
Well, I mean,
and you'd be like, "Wow,
here's the thing.
that was
okay,
really
I,
nice."
I work with a guy, okay, and today he said, "Hey, hey, babe." I went, "Excuse me, I'm not a little pig.
That-
Got lost in the city. Don't call me babe." And he looked at me like, Are
I
you
can't
joking?
hold
Are you
on.
not
In
joking?"
today's
I was
climate
joking.
of office
Yeah.
etiquette, that guy
Oh,
is
yeah.
brazen.
It all goes
If
out the
he's
window.
walking around talking to women like that, he's been around for a while.
Well, he's like straight out of college, right? So I guess.
Oh,
He's
I'd
not.
give that. You better tell that
Yeah.
dude like.
I think maybe he was trying to be like sarcastic or something.
No, but
obviously
you
I put him in his place, and then he looked really scared, and I thought, oh, I don't want to scare him because he is kind of young. And then I was like,
No. Here's what you do. You can't fall back into the feminine thing where I need to, be careful about your feelings. Fuck his
Oh,
cunt
yeah.
feelings. Put him in his place. Put that little fuck who probably went to some jerk-off college in New Jersey, not Princeton. Maybe
But
Princeton. Who knows? Jerk-off college too. But
Oh, look, I do
put him in his place. No, fuck him. Fuck him. Because
I agree,
honestly,
too.
he's just gonna
He's gonna dig his
just
own
gonna get
grave.
fired and go
Exactly,
get.
I was
He's gonna
gonna
go get
say.
hired
Listen,
at Yelp somewhere,
listen.
and go sell their jerk-off software.
He actually,
So
no, I'm glad she didn't say anything because he should dig his own grave on
Exactly.
somebody that's really gonna.
Well,
Get,
I know who
Nice.
this person is, and Susie knows that this person is gonna burn.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make sure he
Oh,
does.
I gotta remind me. I gotta show you something later after
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, after
no,
the show.
It is
We
very.
can't show you
I
all.
can't believe I didn't. It's very significant, but the
Excellent.
rest of our
Y'all
listeners,
can't see it yet.
Rest of our listeners aren't ready for it. I got. This is a show within a show.
Yeah, it's behind the
It's
password.
very
wall.
important. So do not
It's
forget.
getting cryptic.
I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Show within a show, eh?
Can't.
Yeah,
Shh.
there's always a show within a show. Like the chat room, they're sitting. They're talking about pizza.
Oh, are
Yeah.
they?
Arizona
See,
has the
they
best
left the
pizza.
Conversation. Ooh, we should.
That is
I
not
wanna-
true, Susie.
I want to do.
I
wanna
lived in
do-
Arizona.
That's true.
Don't worry.
Actually, we live in New
Yeah,
York. There's,
you're
there's
the
a
best
few
meth.
kinds.
They're not-
Maybe meth. That's
Meth.
about it.
Oh yeah, code.
Meth and
Pizza.
immigration problem.
Pizza's like a pizza's code for
Yeah. Let me buy 2 pizzas and. I remember that was the lame code that they
It's
would
like,
do in
yeah,
Los Angeles.
can I get some pizza?
And 2
No,
T-shirts and a pizza.
Anton, we kind of talked about this before, and I think the best pizza
What's
is
that?
definitely in New York. And you said the same thing, but like I feel like pizza
Well,
in
it
New
is,
York
but-
is like 20 times better than
Can
just
also
the
suck,
best
though.
pizza everywhere else.
I don't know.
Even in Australia, they have pretty good pizza down there too. But honestly, I feel like New York is just the best.
Well, the problem with it is it's not all of it is good, and people just assume that all of it is good.
Yeah. You can have these
But
assholes.
if you go to like some old school
Tart it up.
joints, like they got some good just plain pizza, but now you're.
That's the barometer I do is the plain.
Yeah.
I don't care.
No,
what you
no,
use
no, no,
with
no.
it.
If it has a topping that it does
Yeah.
not, you're excluded from the
Yeah.
actual ranking.
Yeah.
It's true.
I have never bought a pizza with anything on it but cheese.
That's a
at New
totally
York
different
pizzeria.
thing. You start putting toppings on it, now you're eating a completely different cuisine. It's like cheese bread with, whatever
Yeah.
kind of meat.
Whatever
Something
they
else.
Come up
Yeah.
And in Europe, I went to Amsterdam once, and they gave me a pizza with like sliced banana on top, and it was cooked.
They're on drugs.
Well,
True.
now they're just trying too hard.
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah, like one of our Arizona listeners right now is talking about putting ranch on your pizza.
Ooh,
Yeesh.
You don't do that.
that's a bit.
I
Rad.
can't even do that to chicken wings.
Yeah.
You know?
But pineapple on pizza's good.
And
though.
not only that, ranch isn't even served here with chicken wings. It's blue cheese.
It's the blue cheese, yeah.
But on the West Coast, it's ranch.
Yeah, because they don't care.
I never
Yeah,
even
in
heard of
Chicago.
it.
Now they're talking about Chicago.
Chicago.
Who would have
The
known?
deep
Talk about
pizza.
food with these people.
The deep dish.
The
pizza, right?
Chicago pizza, it's just completely. It's a different thing.
We
it's
can't
not
jump
even a
down
pizza.
this
I heard
rabbit
that's
hole.
good. I haven't
We'll
tried
Well, it's
it.
just not. It's not in the rankings.
Deep dish pizza. I'm gonna argue for Chicago. I feel like
No, but it's a different thing.
Then
Yeah,
you get
but
these
it's still
whack
a
jobs
pizza.
from Rhode Island that grill
The
their
Chicago
pizza.
with
It's
the
deep, yeah,
sauce on the top and the cookie crust. It's a cookie.
yeah, it's like a big
Yeah.
pie, right?
Yeah, and then it's all cheese in the middle and the sauce is on the top.
I want to try that.
But that's not a pizza. You eat it with a fork.
McMahon looks like Cuomo.
Vince McMahon just came up on the.
Vince McMahon looks
screen.
like Andrew Cuomo. There, I said it.
So in Papua New Guinea,
Oh,
an abandoned
Papua.
remote or a remote island they came across $27 million worth of cocaine on an abandoned boat.
It's going to
in
Australia.
New Guinea.
Well,
It's going to it's got to go to Australia, right?
Of course.
11 duffel bag, $27 million.
Wow.
And the Papua New Guinean Navy found it.
Well, that should
So
fund
what
the
should they
Navy
do?
for another 5 years.
That's worth more than a lot of things over there, including multiple countries.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That must be supplying Australia down.
27
Well,
million.
somebody's weekend is just gonna
what?
get-
How did that go bad? If somebody did get killed over it, how did the coke not get taken?
Well, this
Did the
is
guy go
where
take a nap?
Our show writing. This is where we start to write our TV show.
It just starts there.
It does.
And then you could take it any way you want.
You
It's
can
like
go-
a choose your
you
own
could work
adventure.
backwards, you could go
Yeah,
forwards,
it's
you
like
could-
choose your own adventure. Do you know about choose your own adventure books, Susie, or is that only an American thing?
I haven't never heard of that. What is it?
It's basically where you read a book and then it would stop at a certain point. It was big when we, like Chris and I were kids.
Okay.
And then it said, do you want to take the trail or do you want to hop in the car? And then whatever you chose, you'd flip to like whatever page you chose, and there were different endings.
This is why America is just the greatest country in the world, isn't it?
It sure
This
is.
is how we were
Yeah,
raised.
this when you were a kid.
We were
you know what
raised
I
on
mean?
this.
Like, this is the
Yeah.
kind of stuff that
Yeah.
like now we're only just thinking about.
Just get-
And there's pizza behind me.
They were convinced it was
I
going to
mean-
work for movies. Remember that? I think they even tried it, but it never took off.
But with video games, it sure does.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there you
That's
go.
what a video
Yeah,
game
that's
is
the
all
whole-
about.
A video
Like-
game is nothing more than a choose your own adventure in
Exactly.
digital form.
It's a very cool idea, and I think, I wish I had it when I was a kid too. There was no adventure, no choice. It was like, no, you've got to do this. That's it.
Yeah,
So, no.
we've seen how it was after World War II, and
Exactly.
the rationing. And
I'm not that old.
All
The
those,
rationing.
all those bombed out buildings, which are now only just beginning to be rebuilt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did Chris tell you we're going back to London?
I heard. And, yeah, you should try to catch up with my my family there.
Indeed.
Okay, we're gonna
Because they're
Do a
not there
week
much
of-
longer. No, but I know you guys have a short like week pretty much, so you're probably gonna be running
We're
around
gonna
like
be
crazy.
we're gonna be there every.
I'm gonna go
every
and
month.
hang out with your sister.
You gotta
every day
at
if
least
I can.
at least get a lunch. At least get a lunch with.
That sounds easy.
And if I know you're doing work stuff, right?
I'll do it.
Apparently.
I'll do it.
Oh,
She's at
allegedly,
work.
allegedly.
She's at work.
But no, if again, my sister's yeah.
Oh yeah.
There, and I don't think you ever met. No, you
Never.
didn't meet her when she came to LA.
Mm-mm.
All right, so you're listening to the Press Box Party, 917-477-7737. If you're listening on MixLR, you can also catch us on our YouTube channel. Just put in Stream 35, no space. And we're talking about all kinds of things. It is 4:23 at the moment in the East Coast.
Yeah.
Just consider it happy hour for Friday, especially. So you're spending your happy hour with us.
Yeah. What are you drinking? Let us know in your chat.
We are, yeah. What are you drinking?
What-
Well, these
yeah.
Arizona guys just started. They're not drinking anything. They're thinking about lunch because
And
they
pizza.
went nuts on the pizza
Oh.
talk.
What's an Arizona delicacy?
What's the best Arizona drink? That's what I want to know.
Gosh,
Tell us what you
margarita.
drink in Arizona. I've never been. I
Bud
will
Light.
go if there's a
Bud Light
Light.
with a shot of
Bud
Tea
Light.
Partyism.
I'm trying to think if there was any food I was impressed by in my 2 years in Arizona.
I want to go to Arizona.
It's changed a lot since I've been there. Now they've got all these little fancy restaurants. It's just when you go there. No, you're laughing.
He's not excited.
No,
I'm
but he
excited
has to be. He's being a little harsh.
I've been to
because
Arizona 4
no,
times.
no, but I know, and I know this. But you have to remember why people go there.
Right.
First of all,
2 times was
Why
if you do,
Tell me why people go. I want to.
I'll tell you why.
the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
Grand Canyon.
That's
there you go.
it.
Hold on.
That's
It is
not
beautiful. It's like I don't know if you've seen the Arizona license plate. It's like pink, blue, like in yellowish. I mean, that's like you can look at that license plate and the sky will look like that. It looks like cotton candy type of sky. You know, it's just beautiful. And then it's like
Pastels.
There's no no grass anywhere.
It's desert.
You got it's
100%
just desert,
Beautiful.
and they've got like these little valleys.
mesas.
Yeah,
Plateaus.
and
It's a desert.
winter time
Desert.
is actually unbelievable because the middle of the night it'll be like 75 degrees. I mean, where else can you get that? Even in LA, it gets kind of cold at night, you know.
Yeah.
So
What?
that is
75 degrees in the wintertime?
no. I'm saying Arizona in the winter
Yeah.
at like it could be like Well, it can be 100 if you go during the summer at midnight.
Yeah,
which
but
that's
I've seen
nuts.
it be very cold there.
I mean,
like it was snowing when I went to the Grand Canyon.
yeah, but you were out there in sticks. I mean, you're gonna go to Scottsdale if you.
I'm gonna
visit
go play
Arizona.
golf at the Camelback Resort. Okay?
I mean, you could do the
maybe
you
gonna
could
get
do the
75, all right?
yeah, you do the trip up to the Grand Canyon. You don't
I'll
sleep
pack a
over.
sweater.
You slept up. Yeah, he was out camping. He had the backpack.
It was in a cabin.
Golf and ladies, Jimmy the Greek writes. That is a.
Lady.
You're probably not into either of those. So.
Yeah.
Arizona State
Mexican
University.
food. He's even trying to say
Mexican,
like,
I'm
but
down
no,
for
but it's all right Mexican food. It's not like Southern California Mexican food.
Right.
It's fresh over the border Mexican.
Well,
It's good. It's better than New York Mexican, that's for sure.
That's true.
But you go out there to chill out. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
You don't go there to like
sounds like
go
Australia.
crazy.
Conduct business.
Yeah. Don't try to sell your art out
Get
there.
ahead. Put your stake in the American dream.
We don't take too
Phoenix.
kindly to people that don't take too kindly. Yeah.
Come to Phoenix. Yeah.
But
where
it's a very. It
115
doesn't. And now speaking, if you're gonna live there,
Yeah.
it doesn't have a lot of character.
No, I wasn't planning on doing that.
Yeah.
Just a visit.
Doesn't have a lot of character. But some people are into that, and then a lot of our listeners are born and raised there. And
There you
hey,
go.
there's worse places to be.
Exactly.
No kidding.
That's for damn sure.
Don't knock the.
Have we talked about Indiana yet?
No, you're gonna make Jonathan Gregg call back if we do.
No, I like Indiana because Axl Rose
Gary
comes
Indi-
from Indiana.
Oh, what city?
He is from a place called Lafayette.
Yeah, that's where the Purdue University is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Lafayette,
West Lafayette
as
is
well
Purdue.
as Izzy Stradlin, both came from the same hometown.
Did not know that.
Yes.
But Jonathan Craig will be mad at you that you
I didn't mean it.
put no that you said that before Michael Jackson.
Is Michael Jackson from Indiana?
Yes.
Well,
oh boy,
you
this
know.
phone's definitely gonna ring. if
What
he's
do
still
you
on.
think? I'm a Guns N' Roses fan.
Is
yes,
he?
I am. Believe it or not, but I'm also a Michael Jackson fan. But I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the
I
pride.
saw Guns N' Roses play last year.
Yeah.
Very.
I saw them play last year too at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I saw the same tour.
I've
We were
never
probably
seen
at the
but in
same
Sydney.
show.
No, I was in Sydney.
That show tripped me out because those are some old men just
Yeah,
getting after
just
it.
and still going. Too.
No, the Rolling.
like amazing.
Okay, the
I've seen
Rolling Stones
too.
in Anaheim. I checked out probably 06, 07. And then it was almost disturbing. They just the way that they were running around.
They're great.
What are they on?
They're
Incredible.
amazing.
What are they on?
Rolling Stones are so good.
Incredible.
What are they on?
They're on money.
They're just.
That's
They're
what
amazing.
money and dedication
Look
looks
at this,
like.
look at this chick or this young lady dancing. Sorry, we're watching some stuff in the studio.
Now,
here.
there's a chick who's
A player.
filming in widescreen.
That's our office.
Yeah. Well, it's like is that kind of like how it is
Yeah,
at your office
yeah,
place
basically.
today? It was just like
Yep.
we're watching a video of a granny dancing with one of the Cincinnati Bengal players.
Yeah, there's a
which I'm
win-
sure has went viral by
There's
now,
a
so.
winning team.
2-0, undefeated.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm wrong.
What do you
then.
got against the Cincinnati Bengals? That was kind of odd.
I just don't like Ohio
The state that determines our
in
presidency
general. Yeah.
every year.
Ohio has never.
Wouldn't you love to have an Ohio ID though, so you could actually have an influence on who becomes president?
Yeah.
Because that's the state. It's not even Ohio. It's like
Ohio.
the city of Columbus determines our president every year, no matter what side you're on.
Hey.
We need to bring the footage of the dog eating the blow up Trump. Trump doll that you had.
The
Oh yes. Oh yeah, the doll. The doll's got to be a
Yeah,
prop
you-
somehow.
I thought the doll was flattering. Chris Blake Chappell brought in a
It's certainly got
Donald Trump doll
some trim legs.
over here today.
Looks
No,
like-
it was very flattering.
Yeah.
Very flattering.
Better.
And now you're cold. We
No,
turned on the air for
I'm
you.
not cold,
A
I
better
just-
likeness.
I prefer
Oh.
to have the jacket on.
Okay.
It's like a look.
All right. Oh.
So you're going for your brand now? Actually, what's your Instagram? When
I
we
don't
put
bite it. It's for the look. I don't like it.
What's the back of it? Las Vegas?
No.
Oh, that's a Rolling Stone.
No. Oh, yeah, that is. yeah,
I thought that was
is.
stitched on there.
Yeah. But
What does the back say? Yeah.
you.
No, I want to see. I
It says
couldn't read the top.
sachet
Away. Sachet.
Sachet away. It's a RuPaul's Drag Race reference. I don't think it's your audience, but it's fine.
A RuPaul's.
RuPaul.
Drag Race.
Oh, RuPaul.
Drag Race.
Oh yeah, I know RuPaul.
I'm not sure.
No, that's not our audience, unfortunately. It might be. I don't know. We're on YouTube now. Things might be changing.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't even know my audience.
Statistically, 1 out of every
I have no
10
idea
chat
what our
members would know about RuPaul.
I have no idea what our demographic is.
Well, there you go. It's probably pretty far removed.
Logan tells me a tequila mule.
Ooh,
is
that the drink?
Is the Arizona
Arizona?
drink? Yeah, that's one of our Arizona.
You know,
listeners.
that sounds pretty good.
Tequila mule.
You know how you tequila mule make him walk up and down the Grand Canyon?
I need a gong. Gong.
Gong.
Or boop from the champagne.
Like that.
All right, it's Friday. It's getting weird in here.
We're all worked up.
Yep, everybody's all worked up. If you want to call in, 917-477-7737. So you've listened to the show a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
Susie?
I have.
And yeah, I've got my guests here, in case you couldn't tell.
Hi.
And you're not on the YouTube. Chris Blake Chappell's
Hello.
sitting right here. And
what's up?
Susie has just joined us late.
Hello. Susie Jordan.
Joe, I didn't know if I was being respectful.
Oh.
Yeah. Nope, now we all know.
So what's Mike up to nowadays?
You know, I'd like
made
to
all that Nike money and
Exactly.
just smoking cigars on some island.
I mean, I'd like to
B
see
or
family, but
just
it's
Mike.
I call him Mike.
Because now you got to say Michael B.
Like
Jordan
Mike.
if you mean the dude from Black
No,
Panther.
no. I don't even respect that.
Well,
I don't even respect when people call Michael Jackson, who I just said I had ultimate respect for. I don't respect when they call him MJ. Because there's only one MJ. It's number 23.
That's true.
Well,
I'll say that.
yeah, I don't know. Why not? He's still alive, so why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his.
That does it.
He wins.
That's tiebreaker.
He lasts longer.
For now.
God damn it.
Golf and ladies actually applies to Michael Jordan. I was just looking at that last chat about Arizona. That's Michael Jordan right there.
Oh, does he live there?
No, but he's into golf and ladies.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, I give him credit because, you know, they always compare LeBron on the court to him. But off the court, like I know LeBron does all these great things. But LeBron's so out there. He's like at the Hillary Clinton thing. Like, hey, Hillary Clinton, blah, blah. Like Michael Jordan, you didn't know shit about this guy. You
still don't.
You catch the 3 hours of him performing on the court, and he'd go off in the sunset.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know anything about what he's into politically. And that's like how I feel your quintessential athlete should be, because you've got so many types of people watching you that are got all kinds of views. And like when you're playing, like we don't want to hear that shit.
Well, then stop asking him questions.
Yeah, but Michael Jordan, the people have asked him questions and he just wasn't
People
sharing.
go to Michael Jordan for inspiration. You know, they go for like the
Tell us about living in London, right? London, or were you outside of London?
Well, I have lived in London before,
but like
I didn't
during
grow up there.
you're obviously younger than us old fogies. I'm just guessing.
Am I?
I don't know. I'm assuming you were a little bit younger. But while he was playing, you probably remember some of that.
Yeah. Who, Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
I remember telling people at school that he was my cousin and people believing me. God knows why.
But was he as huge? But let's put it this way. So was he as... Yeah. Obviously not as huge as he was here. I lived in Chicago at the time.
Definitely.
So it was a totally different thing.
Definitely.
But it didn't even matter. You could be from anywhere.
Well, I work in sales, so people always use Michael Jordan as like the benchmark.
I'm talking but that's now. I just want to know when he was playing, if it was like a craze or was it just like, oh, Manchester United's playing, who cares what Michael Jordan's doing?
People were in Michael Jordan was a big star. He was a big deal. People talked about
a hero.
Definitely. 100%.
Yeah.
Not as much of a hero as David Beckham, but no.
Well, you got to remember too. It was hard to watch games if you were overseas during his era.
Yeah,
it's not like it is now.
Back in the day, yeah.
Do British people play basketball?
They do.
Do they?
They do.
It's definitely not as big.
It's now just up and like the British Olympic team is like working closer to become a qualifying team. They're still horrible, but that takes a lot of time.
Definitely an American sport.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Like
but like for example, Puerto Rico. Like soccer is like get out of here. We're all about, and even baseball, which is popular in like Dominican Republic. Get out. It's all basketball. So there's random places where basketball is huge. China's basketball is huge. So
Really? How does that work?
There are tall. When you see their Olympic team, it's the people that are. I mean, it doesn't represent.
They go through 1.3 billion people.
Yeah, you're gonna get some. You're gonna get some 7
9
foot.
tallest.
You're gonna have a few 7-footers.
Yeah.
So I work. With
I mean,
a
it's
guy,
not
he's
going to be majority, but
He's like
they're out there.
7'8" or something.
Yeah.
I
What?
work with someone that
7'8".
Yeah.
That's too tall.
6'8".
6'8".
6'8".
Still.
Yeah, I was going to say
tall.
7'8" might be Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, that's like Andre the Giant. Yeah. That's taller than Andre the Giant.
Well, she goes by centimeters.
Feet.
Yeah. 100.
We measure our weight in stone. That's so old school.
Did that piss you off when you got here? That all the metrics are different.
I mean, every metric's different in every country you go to, so I'm
but
always confused.
The U.S. has its own.
Constantly confused. Yeah.
Like no one's using Fahrenheit.
That's true.
But the British use feet too, and miles.
Yeah, we use feet.
Yeah,
stone.
they use some mile. I thought they didn't use mile.
Yeah, we use mile.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't do miles per hour though. They measure the
There you
speed
go.
of their cars in kilometers.
No,
Yeah, that's why when you get
No,
in a
that's
car, that's why I
Australia.
just assumed.
No, it's British too. Yeah.
Probably no. I haven't spent enough time in England.
These KMs. And I was like, who the fuck knows what a click is? Come on.
Right.
This is not Vietnam. It's probably the last time any Americans ever knew what a kilometer distance was in Vietnam.
You you really can get dark on,
And it fell into
on the
obscurity.
drop of a dime,
And it
can't
fell
you?
into obscurity.
Chris,
Oh, you're having
blink,
fun,
in
and then you're
the
like,
blink
you
of an
kids
eye,
don't know anything.
I can make a left turn, and all of a sudden we're in the middle of people's history of the United States.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I bring the party to a grinding
Spent
halt.
some time in Charleston,
Lovely.
which is a very
Southern.
very southern, but very
Hot.
What should I say? Important part of
Sexy.
American history, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's where the Civil War started.
Yeah.
Chris is your man when it comes to
Fort
American
Sumter.
Yes.
Yeah.
That Civil War that we all love so much. Let's
Sorry about
talk
that loss
it.
you guys took.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a loss.
You're like, it hasn't even started. That was
What-
just the first quarter.
What they lost in terms of, what they
Okay.
lost in terms of the property they gained in, balls. I was
Easy.
chutzpah. I don't think anybody gained anything in the Civil War.
No.
Except, I don't know,
It just was a good old fashioned,
a reprieve.
Just being distracted by this advert that we see on the TV here. But
advert.
Beer. A beer advert.
You could just say ad.
Ad,
You don't have to add the
not
verb.
advert.
No, just say ad.
Advertisement.
Just say an ad.
Is
It was
that
Budweiser.
is that the actual American beer, Budweiser?
It's one of them.
Yeah, so they could
What's
claim
the
it.
all American beer? Like, what's the
They'd
most
say
American?
that. They'd say
The
Budweiser.
most American
I
drink.
think Budweiser has been around longer than Miller, and then there's Coors, which actually Miller bought. So
Yeah.
there's pretty much just two. There's Anheuser-Busch, which is Budweiser.
But the funny thing is that Budweiser is owned by a foreign
I was going to say,
national.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it Polish?
Yeah, yeah.
But-
Yeah, remember they ran that commercial in Super Bowl like, oh, an immigrant started our place, and everybody hates immigrants right now, so yeah, let's drink some Budweiser.
Fuck yeah.
Like, are you really
Yeah. I
going
mean,
that low?
Everybody, yeah. They're so. I don't know.
Man.
They're all owned
I
by
will
the
tell you,
Ball
I'm
Bank.
not a huge beer snob. Like occasionally I'll have a fancy beer, but just not a beer person.
No.
Yeah.
And
More of champagne.
have no problem just drinking a beer that tastes like water. Well, if I'm watching the game, if I know I'm going to be drinking for 6 hours, yes, it happens when you're a football fan or whatever. When you're at a sports bar, and I'm like, yeah, just give me a beer that tastes, Coors Light, Bud Light. I don't care about any of them.
Yeah.
No IPAs for you.
Well, you can't do that on a 6 hour sit down. Jesus. It'd be like eating the dude at the German guy, the triathlete, eating his all you can eat sushi.
Right.
I feel like those things are so filling.
See, I've drank for 15 years.
Well, you
so
you haven't even got to experience
I'd be
all
like,
the
whatever.
Yeah, all this heavy beer. Back when you were drinking, they had those. Remember the cans that with the it would curl up and cut you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tops.
Back in 1985 when I was driving around with Burt Reynolds.
No. I've drank with you before. It wasn't that
Yes,
long ago.
You have. ended up in a tree with me
What?
at Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, but I can't even remember what your drink of choice was. So Chris, for our audiences,
For our
no
audiences,
longer drinking.
I used to drink quite a bit and
Yeah.
decided to pull back on that stick completely.
And pull back totally.
Yeah.
And I applaud you for that.
Now
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a healthy.
But I drink. No, I'm not a healthy person, but I don't.
It
drink.
does
I
help
don't
you.
drink anymore.
You know what it is? It's like they've never proven alcohol to like everybody's body's different. Again, some people it'll destroy them. Some people they drink every day.
It's true.
A month, and and they're fine. And then other people don't.
I
But
have
you'll probably say something. But what it
I
will
have the
help you do is lose weight.
I have the
No
challenge.
doubt.
100%.
Now, there
If
was-
you eliminate it, you will lose weight.
There was a great article that came out last week that said no matter how much alcohol that you drink, little or not, none of it benefits you one bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know how the studies go.
None of this
I
red
never
wine
buy
shit,
no.
like one a
I
day
never
or
buy a
anything
study
like
that says, "Oh, people live longer because they drink."
Yeah.
But
Or a glass of
at the
red
same
wine or
time,
anything.
there was an interview with a woman. I don't know. She just turned like 116 or something. No, and they're talking to her, and they're like, "What's the secret?" She's like, "I drink and I smoke all the time," and she was talking about it in the interview.
Yeah.
So where's science on that lady?
I don't know.
Again, it's everybody's body is different.
Yeah. I don't want to live to 116, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, make it
Jesus
stop.
Christ. Even my children are dead.
All right.
You know? I mean,
This is
that reminds me of one of my favorite
outliving-
New Yorker cartoons. It shows this elderly couple, both of them sitting in wheelchairs in their lawyer's office, and they have attendants behind them and everything. And one of the people in the wheelchair is talking to the lawyer, says, "We wanted to wait until the children were dead." They're getting a divorce.
Wow.
I had it framed. I don't know what happened to it, but that's the kind of humor that I enjoy. And so if you like that, stop by my website, www.chrisblakechapel.com.
I'm gonna see what's going on with the hurricane here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least he's not
Oh.
getting blown
I
up.
really
So this
love-
is another. I never understand.
I love
What?
how they've got this guy in a rain jacket.
Okay,
in front of them.
this is nothing. You
Don't
know what
go
they try to do.
anywhere.
They'll put somebody on the shore, throw a bulletproof vest on him to weigh him down. And what is the point of this? I thought that was cool, like the first time it happened. Like, oh my gosh, look at that guy's gonna get blown away, and they still do it.
Wait.
Look, their feed went out.
I have a funny. Yeah, you have to show me. I'm gonna find it for you. Wait.
What?
It just
I
looks
know.
floody.
But I'm.
You know, it doesn't look like anything. Just looks like, oh shit, our state flooded. I know, that's a bitch. But honestly, it's not really anything dramatic.
No, it happens.
I mean, this poor son of a bitch.
Well,
had a
this
tree
this
fall on
roof
him.
went right through that. So we're watching CNN right now, Wilmington, North Carolina. This roof went right through this house, like just basically like a chainsaw.
Good NASCAR down there.
That's some bad luck if there was somebody in there. But they say 4 confirmed dead right now.
Oh, that's
Oh, well, at least you've learned how to unmute it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's real quick
I know.
study. Real quick study.
Is that
this
little
is.
speakers icon? Now we just got to teach you how to actually know you're muting it.
Yep.
Wait.
No, we're waiting. We're fine. We're just hanging. Phone line's completely dead on the press box party. At least Jonathan Craig checked in with us.
Yeah.
That was important.
That was good. Wind speed 18 miles an hour. That just doesn't sound like anything to me. We get 15 miles an hour in Williamsburg.
So we're tracking your hurricane coverage here. We've got Susie Jordan, who's allowed me to use her last name.
Yeah.
And Chris Blake Chapel
How y'all
in
doing?
studio.
10 miles an hour wind speed in Columbia. Jesus. Watch those umbrellas, y'all.
Really? They put that up there?
Yeah, so you can shame them when you see them on Twitter going, oh my God, here it comes. You're like, yeah, CNN says you're getting 10 miles an hour up there. That's almost kite flying weather.
Columbia is where the school is, right?
Columbia, what?
USC, if you're from the
USC?
South.
I think that's...
When USC
I think
only
that's
means
true.
University of Southern California. To
The
anybody
only
else.
places I know to go to school in South Carolina are the Citadel and Wofford.
The Citadel, yeah. Yep.
But this is like
I
the
do.
edge, right? This is on. Like,
Yeah,
this is
that's
Outer
right.
Banks.
It's right on there. I mean, you know, it's all right.
It's all right. It happens every year. It's
It
fine.
does. It happens at least twice a year, actually. You know,
People just like rebuild their house.
That's the funny thing. We just did this. 5
Not getting
months
any
ago.
pity from you, huh?
Yeah, we just did this 5 months ago in Houston.
Look.
You know, so I'm used to it. I'm from the South. This stuff happens.
It does happen.
It's going to happen more and more now that the climate change is coming. So everybody dig in.
New York's next, right?
New York's. There's been hurricanes, but what's a hurricane going to do to the city?
Yeah. Only make a problem that takes 9 years to fix.
Well, let's talk about stuff. Did you see the MTA actually responded to a tweet like, when are we going to fix this Q train? And the MTA Twitter account actually said 5 to 10 years. Well, and they wrote, whoever ran the account was like, we're going to have that fixed in the next 5 to 10 years. Yeah. And then this person went ballistic.
Keep checking
like,
back.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
Is this a correct response?
Yeah.
So when your L train goes down, good luck, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
We'll be doing the show remotely.
I don't give a shit. No, I'm gonna come to work.
You're like, I'm gonna get a.
here.
You got the ferry.
I've
got the ferry.
I've got the Jay-Z. You know, I can walk across the bridge. You know what I mean? It's just all these little people who are just like, oh God, it's gonna be a year without my blessed latte from Mama in Soho.
Yeah, but all these little people actually have to work and deal with the masses of other people.
Yeah.
So when you cut one means off,
yeah,
it's just it's already a hellish commute
It's
if you're working a 9 to 5.
300,000 people take that train a day.
So they have reason to complain.
Well, here's another thing, though.
one of those
I'm
people.
interested, like you, in the chaos it will create.
Yeah, exactly. Let's
Fucking
rattle
deal
some
with
feathers.
I just want to see them just deal with it, you know? Create some chaos. Shake the shit up.
And it's not even that I always want chaos. I just want people to experience some stuff. Like when you travel to other countries, third world countries, and like the stuff we complain about.
Yeah.
It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. Basically, there's already like 3 subways or whatever that come from like Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Near where we live. But like, yeah, there's already so many options already, and people are just freaking
You figure it out.
Exactly.
It's like Cairo, Egypt. 3 times as many people in Cairo, Egypt than in New York City, right?
Really?
Like about 20 million if you cover the entire metropolis. Okay? They do not. They have like 3 traffic lights in the entire freaking area of 20 million people. And you know what? It works.
Exactly.
There's
funny,
no
though.
pedestrian crosswalks. People are just weaving like Frogger. You want to talk about Frogger?
Yeah.
Frogger is child's play. This is what you have to do to cross the street with your family and whatever else you're carrying. And it all. But at the end of the day, it works. I never see a car accident. I never see.
Well, it's interesting because we watched the documentary on Prohibition, and one of the scholars who talked about how Prohibition and the law passing in America enacted on its populace, he compared it to Cairo, Egypt's traffic laws. And he says, Prohibition in America was like traffic in Cairo. When the light turns yellow,
one of those like 5 lights.
one of the 3 lights, whatever.
But they do have a couple.
Every single person tries to get through the intersection.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen this in California with the left turn on the red light, on the yellow light thing, because there are no turn signals in California. You have to get into the intersection, wait for the light to turn yellow, and then
you have to
turn when these people stop before they get hit by oncoming traffic. Now,
Yeah.
he compared Prohibition to the drivers in Cairo exercising their, as long as I stay a part of the mass, I can break the law too. So as long as there was kind of at least a cohesive trail between the beginning of that traffic line and whoever was trying to cross the light, traffic would not stop. So as long as it looked like nobody was stopping, nobody would stop. And so when people realized that they could get around Prohibition by just simply going to the ready-made bar,
pretty excellent.
Everybody started to realize that it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yep.
And they started to snowball and snowball and snowball, and people started to realize that this idea of being a scofflaw wasn't such a catastrophic moral failure as people who made the laws want it to seem. That you drinking, you running a red light is not as big of a deal as the legislators would have you, because when they passed prohibition, they were just like, this is meant to save the family. This is meant to keep men in the home. It's meant to ease domestic violence, child abuse, wage slavery, all these kinds of things.
Right.
And just simply what it really did was made it okay for women to drink with men publicly. And that's what, because men could only drink in saloons before Prohibition. After Prohibition, women could drink in saloons all of a sudden because they're now called speakeasies. Because there's no law that governs them. Now they can do anything.
It's just moving the culture along a little slightly more.
It's great. It's great. But it started women, because 2 years after that, women all of a sudden got the right to vote.
Well, the real sad thing about third world countries that don't have streetlights and all that is because the people involved in politics are just like living this luxurious life. And that's really where the money's going to. And then it's like, oh, we don't need any streetlights. We got to keep.
I bet they've got a room.
We got our mansion lights we need to take care of.
They've got a room full of traffic lights in one of their mansions. They're like, yeah, this is 2013's budget right
That's
here.
what it comes down to. And then everybody else is poor, and there's no middle class. And
yeah,
But again, that like people that that L train gets shut down. They've never seen anything. Of that nature.
Anything else.
So they're gonna bitch about it.
But I like it that the ferry still exists.
Yeah.
We're gonna take
that ferry is great.
Take it back to the old school.
I would when I came over to hang out with you in Williamsburg. I always take that ferry, especially if it was like summertime.
Yeah,
it's good.
What
good
was that,
deal.
5 years ago.
Whoa! Shots fired. Damn.
She said it like
I don't know, but
he said it like, oh, when I was there like last week.
He hasn't been over there very often.
Exactly.
Did you ever get that picture when I took a picture of your doorstep, but you weren't there?
I did.
Yeah.
It was like something. I was probably not even in town either. It was probably one of these things where I'm just like in Tennessee,
out in the woods.
You're like, oh yeah, I'm over here.
What about when you go out in the woods? Can we talk about that at all?
Sure. What? I don't do
Chris
anything
Blake Chapel takes
bad.
sabbaticals out in the woods.
I did once, and it shocked everybody, but I'm still
It did.
here.
I know. I thought you were going to get eaten. I'm like, this guy doesn't even have a weapon.
I was shocked. Yes, I did.
Did you? What was it?
I had two weapons. I had a gun, and I had a.
You had a gun?
You had a gun?
I had a rifle and a machete.
The first thing I heard. Hang on a second.
He said that like such a gangster.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I had a rifle and machete.
Just like as you do.
I had a rifle and a machete.
A machete. Hang on a second. Why would you need a machete?
The machete's a lot more useful than the gun.
So for people that don't know what's happening.
Yeah. the world is closing in on itself right now.
No, Chris Blake Chapel will sometimes get away from society to reset. I get that part of it. No, whatever it is.
That wasn't why I did it.
No, but you told me it was for art, like for art reasons. It helps.
It was an artistic reason.
I didn't say for like mental health.
Like every week.
When Bellevue doesn't take, when insurance doesn't work out, I just go out in the woods.
Situation's a little tight. He
Wander
goes to the
Central
woods.
Park in the dark.
Yeah. And eat squirrels.
People think I'm crazy.
It's true.
Asking me, what's the matter with you, boy?
Yeah.
That's from Miss You by the Rolling Stones, in case anybody's looking for a deep dive. But yeah, I went and I lived in a tent for 5 weeks.
Yeah, that's tough to do.
Yeah, it's tough to do, and you really.
I wasn't like trying to knock it.
No, you couldn't knock it.
I actually love
I'm just saying that's tough to do.
I'd quite like to.
It's tough to do, yeah. Most people could do it if they knew how, but
most people wouldn't last 5 minutes out
I've
there.
done 5 days.
Really?
Yeah. I'm actually a camping person.
I'm one of those people that wouldn't last 5 minutes.
Really?
I don't do the camping thing.
Oh, I like it. I think it's cool. Like you can get out into nature and you're like there. It's great. I don't look like a camping person, but I am.
You are.
I really am. I love camping. I went camping a lot.
You got your camo on right now.
Exactly. Like,
looks like you're ready to
machete and a gun.
just
I'm there. Like
do an army crawl through.
I have no idea what to do with
studio.
a machete or a gun, but apparently you had one.
Man.
Amazing.
I can't stop looking at this prescription drug ad that's on because it's got this band.
Prescription drug ads are amazing.
I think adverts in general in America
whether you watch them on
amazing.
mute or not,
it's a prescription drug ad for somebody young enough to be in a band and advertise in Elle magazine. So either it's like some kind of female birth control or some kind of herpes ad or something.
And you can't.
I feel like
you're like torn in between which one.
Yeah, because why would they Why would they say this is for creative types? Like, what do creative types do? They get pregnant and they get STDs, particularly if they're in music. Well, I have never got anybody pregnant and have never had an STD, but that's generally the reputation.
But normal TV over here in America is actually amazing. It's so funny watching that.
Why do you say that?
Just the adverts, and particularly the prescription drug adverts are really, really funny.
Yeah, may cause anal leakage.
It's just like all the way that they present themselves is just like nothing else I've ever seen before.
Well, when I was in Italy, they had advertisements for just like sex toys, like it was nothing.
Oh yeah,
like
it's Europe.
Hey,
but
and I'm just like, what I was just watching a soccer game. What the hell is going on? Yeah.
Maybe it's the same over here. Just prescription drugs are like.
No, I want to go to Japan, and you can get all of that out of a machine at the airport
and get your finger stuck.
When I went,
we did a store. No, we covered. This guy he got his finger stuck in a sex toy vending machine, and then Jonathan Craig was in here for that.
How
one,
embarrassing!
If he's still listening,
Jonathan,
God.
That's a hell of a dude. Oh! Detroit Lions scored.
I love as much shit as Chris Blake Chappell might talk about football. I
cheer for Michigan.
He really gets into it when there's a highlight.
It's like,
hold on, before we close the show, somebody sent me something that pertains to exactly what I was talking about.
What do we go?
Oh, that's what I was trying to.
What
find.
is this?
I was trying to find an Irish one.
Oh,
It's
I'll
funny.
flip it up. Let's see what this is all about.
It's great though.
Okay, picking it up here in Wilmington, North Carolina, right at the Intracoastal, and we're in one of these bands.
What a pussy.
Look at these guys just walking normally in the background.
And he's like really trying to show there's a wind.
Dark and raucous night at the hotel.
What a douche.
And this wind gusting again over.
This guy is not impressing anybody. Lashing himself to the mast as he did.
Why do they do that?
For the sake of news. So
It's not worth it.
A bit of drama.
So you'll look and not watch porn. You know, because
just
honestly,
get us off porn for a minute.
Exactly. Who the hell wants to watch some white dude get wet talking in North Carolina? Like, what a jerk off. Like, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Oh my God, another hurricane is hitting America. Jesus, if you don't live in North Carolina or South Carolina, it's going to be a big snooze fest for you. I'll tell you what. Okay?
I'm looking out my window. I can't even get rain over there.
It's been raining for a week and a half in New York City.
It's a little brunch, like.
Look at that. Look at that. They've got 639,729 customers up power. I bet that's going to tick up one by one by one by one. I hope they have a real-time counter.
Like it's the national debt.
Oh, there we go. There's Doodaloom County. They just went out, too. That's another 65,000 people.
No, I'm going to go the other way and
guy's
defend
harsh.
our North Carolina friends. I have friends who live in North Carolina. It's scary if you
We
have
have
to leave
property
your
in
house.
North Carolina, but
If
it's
you
up in
have
the
to
mountains where it's
leave
smart.
your apartment, it's kind of scary, don't you think?
What?
And you have to leave your house and like.
You know, those people live in apartments.
Yeah, that's true. They don't live in New York. But like, I feel like they're scary if you don't. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bitch to be without power. I was without power once.
But what my point is that if you have this every year, then why don't you?
Right. Well, you'll get a funny thing too in the summertime when Kansas and Oklahoma gets destroyed by tornadoes all the time.
Right.
Why don't they move out of the trailer park?
I was gonna say, like, this has happened like years.
Yeah, it's a yearly thing. It's like Christmas. It's like, oh gosh,
It really is.
There's a hurricane coming in April. There's a hurricane coming in September, and there's going to be probably an earthquake or a fire in California. At least one half of that state 6 months out of the year. I mean, California has been on fire for a year now. Yeah. And Chris is on fire for the weekend.
It is the weekend.
It's the weekend officially.
Everybody put your hands in the air.
All right,
because we
it's
made
5
it.
p.m. in New York City. It is the weekend.
We made it, y'all.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Antoine. Happy Friday,
Thanks for
Susie.
bringing the champagne. That was really nice of our guest, Susie Jordan. Thank her for that. We got to say thanks to Chris Blake Chappell.
You're welcome.
Follow.
Following up last time with another time.
So that's it for the Press Box Party. We'll be back with another episode on Wednesday where we'll have Jonathan Craig coming back from Texas. So we'll talk with him, and he'll be in studio. On Tuesday, don't miss the recap show of everything that happened in the football, the real football, not that fake one that they play on a pitch.
Soccer.
Soccer. There you go, soccer.
I love soccer.
I love soccer too. It's amazing.
I used to be
God.
a striker.
It's so good.
Oh my God, I love your latte.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh my God, it's amazing. The foam art. Oh my God, can I take a picture for Instagram? All right, let me just take a little picture right now.
Totes.
Okay. And they just destroy each other in vocal fry.
All right, I'm outie.
All right, that's it. For Chris, Susie, I'm Antoine. Have a good weekend, everybody. Stay safe, and catch you next week. We are out.